Come on in, sit on down. Yes, yes, the doors of the church is open. Yeah, yeah. You know how we do. Is it Friday night live or is it Friday night? What do we call it? I don't remember. I don't remember. Whatever you like. Call it whatever you like. Oh, let's have a chit chat. Let's clear some things up. Hey, Keita. Oh, why am I getting feedback? Okay, hold on. Let me try this again. What up, wake up call? What up, champ? Mountain Dew in the house. What's good with you? What's good with you? I have an offering for you. Yes. See if we can clear some things up. See if we can clear up some nonsense. Is that making noise against that zipper there? Um, the question, somebody had a good question, so let me read it. Shout out to Vaseshta, I think that's pronounced. She said, please highlight the scripture that mentions that the heart is wicked and can't be trusted. Stumbles many people. There is even an adage that the heart cannot be trusted. This cannot be true at all. Please speak on it. Oh, yes, yes. Yes, it's my pleasure. Yeah. Shut up, Elise. See how you coming in? You see, somebody block her. Huh? See, you coming in, the doors of the church just open. You need to be right in the front aisle. Don't even hang around it. You know how all the sinners come in the church and they want to sit in the back. No, bring Usher, bring her up to the front. We must lay hands on her. Yes, yes. What's up, Crystal? Friday Night Live, what a treat. Yep, yep, you know it. You know how we do. You know how we do. So shout out to Vaseshta, I think is how to pronounce her name. Because this is a great topic. We've talked about this before. I've done a video on this. I don't remember the title, but I've talked about this before. But it's worth talking about again and again and again. Hey, Unique. All right. Don't start no shit, it won't be none. You understand? We're gonna set an intention. We're gonna set an intention that when you step up in here, you come correct. Huh? Okay. All right. First, before we even get to the scripture that she's talking about, because we got the scripture to back it up. And she's correct. There is scripture that says that the heart can't be trusted. So we gotta make sense of that. But before we even get into that, let's just keep it surface level. Let's keep it right physical, logical, reasoning mind. Yeah, wipe your feet off now. Wipe your feet off. What do you think about that? What do you think about the idea that you can never trust your heart? Does that sound reasonable to you? Does it sound like, well, yeah, Rook, I mean, I like to deal in the head because at least if I stay in the logical reasoning mind, the heart can mislead you. That's what most of us have been taught. Just on the surface level, can you rock with that? Have you had to convince yourself of that, or just by default, you just agree with it? You're like, nah, that makes sense. That makes sense that the world is a very dangerous place and the world is very evil and they're evil people. So you got to keep your heart close to you, but yet you can't really trust it because I've heard some of the fellows say this. You can't trust your heart when it comes to women. Hmm. Okay. All right. I'm not. We're not arguing. We're just asking questions. We hear older women telling younger women that you don't choose based on the heart. You don't choose based on love. No, you got to choose based on you being taken care of. You got to, if they coming with money, you got to, that's, you make decisions with your head. Do you have somewhere to live? Can you take care of yourself? Can he take care of you? You make a decision based on that. That's what we've been told. And I ain't gonna lie. I see, I see how people come to that conclusion. Oh Lord, hold on. Okay, I just spilled something. Okay. All right. Well, it'll be all right. Shout out to Argentina. So I see how you come to that conclusion. However, w- get into the mind of that for a minute, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Get into it. If I can't trust my heart, so when you put the word "your" there, that denotes possession, ownership. So you're saying that it's something that is mine, that belongs to me, but I can't trust it. It's something that's a part of me, but I can't trust it. What that says to me is I now have to create an enemy of it. If something is a part of me that's not trustworthy, it becomes my adversary. Oh, it becomes opposition. It becomes something that it's an enemy that I got to be on watch. I got to stay on watch for this so-called enemy. No, this is essentially what the devil is in the Bible. Just FYI. When you create your own adversary, you create an internal enemy. That's what you do. The problem with that is it's still a part of you. So fighting against it by default makes you fighting against yourself. When you isolate it, when you demonize it, when you can't trust it, what you're saying is, I can't trust myself. I can't trust myself. So now you move through a world. There are always two fundamental questions. Who do you say you are? And where do you say you are? So what do you say about you? And then what do you say about the world in which you exist? And you say that you're constantly under threat, that I can't trust, not only I can't trust the surroundings, I can't trust people, but I can't trust myself. I got to lean on my five senses. The problem with the five senses is limited. That's the problem. I don't care how studied you are. You can get really deep into it, some more than others. Very scholarly like. You're limited. You can't read but so much. You can't study but so much. You can't touch every book there is. You can't. I don't care how good you are. You don't even know every book there is. You can't consider every possibility because you don't know every possibility from the limited perspective, from the ego perspective. So when you say I got to lean solely on my head, you're saying I got to go by what I already know. I got to go by what I've been taught. I got to go by what's been programmed in. I got to go by tradition. That's what I can trust. Ah, 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 ah. Yeah, yeah. It gets a little shaky. It gets a little shaky because you're walking through life with blinders. But what you also end up doing is you create a reality where you never at ease. You can never taste peace. You will never taste peace. Not trusting the heart. You can't. You can't because you're leaning solely on your head. You leaning solely on what you perceive by way of impulse, by way of reflex. That's it. Huh. So grab your Bibles and go with me. Grab your Bibles and go with me. You know what's so fascinating about YouTube? I like to see how losers think. So I get fascinated by the chitter chatter, right? We usually have stragglers that come through. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for fueling our interaction here. We take all of it and we use it because we take what is offered and we use it. But the background gets them going, don't it? It really gets them going. I wonder, are people up here trying to trick y'all into thinking that they don't have a background? Is that why it gets y'all going like that? It's really fascinating. On a Friday night, that's what you're doing. Wow. Wow. Thank you. We take all your energy. Yeah, we take all of it. We pull it. We take your soul. We slurp it right up. We just we put it right in the collection plate. So thank you. Thank you for coming to our TED Talk. We appreciate it. Let's go. So let's clear up the confusion. We got two verses. We're gonna hit one Old Testament, one New Testament. What's the difference between the Old Testament and New Testament? Why does it have the word old and why does it have the word new? What's really going on here? No, well, you know what I'm saying? It was before. Is the old is this is the we were living by the Abraham law, you know what I mean? And then New Testament, Jesus came, blah, blah, blah. I got it. I got it. I got all that jazz you're talking about. But what is it really saying? What does it really represent? Shifting consciousness, one state of mind, old state of mind, and a new state of mind. Ain't that? Huh? Huh? One, I'm bound by what it is that I see. I'm bound by the letter. One, I live in the spirit. I recognize what I am. So I'm not bound by just what I'm reading. I'm not bound by the ritual. I don't need the ritual because I am the ritual. That's the difference between the two. So let's see, we go Jeremiah 17 and 9. Let's start there. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. That's crazy. That's an interesting use of word right there. Desperately wicked. Who can know it? Who can know it? But then we venture over in Matthew 5 and 8. It says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So what's the difference? Huh? What's the difference? You need with the belt tonight? Let's go. Let's go. Mods on cleanup duty. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Huh? So we so on we have confusion if you don't understand what you're reading. One is saying the heart is deceitful, it's corrupt, it's wicked, can't be trusted. The other is saying those pure in it shall see God. Hmm, hmm. Let's go Proverbs 4 and 23. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. What's happening here? What's happening here? Let's pause. I was telling in the group earlier this week that the problem that I have with a lot of people is you ain't got no heart. There's no soul into it. Like it's this obsession with just manifesting stuff. You just want to get stuff and get stuff. And I ain't got no problem. We all listen. I want you to get the things. You have a responsibility. If you're listening to me, I want you to live it to the highest, not just in spirit, but in the physical, the heaven now. All of that I'm with. But it's your driver, right? It's the thing that it's what it's all about. It's like once you get the ideal house, then what? Because that's gonna get old at a certain point. Once you get the ideal car, then what? Let's just say, okay, bam, you've thrust yourself into your dream reality. You do not have to work for money. And if you do work for money, you're doing it on your own terms. You do it just the way you like. You can really buy whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. You can take care of the people you want to take care of. Okay, then what? And I'm with that. Trust me. Trust me, I'm with that. The problem though is we see people who have pursued that and then they still losing their mind. They still depressed. They still want to clock out of life. So it leads us to believe that it ain't enough. That it's got to be something more. How is it that you can get all the things and you still don't have peace? So obviously it's not the things. It's the it's the taste. It's the taste for I want the things, but I don't gotta like the love of the game. Like I don't want to know that I'm the source of the things. If I know that I'm the source of the things, I never have to worry about. What does Matthew 6:33 say? Seek ye first the kingdom. If I'm of the awareness that I'm wealthy, that I'm healthy, that I'm loved, I ain't got to worry about it. It says seek ye first the kingdom and then everything else will be added. People trying to reverse that. No, let me get the stuff and then I'll get back to that. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, friend. Well, no, real, there are people we know who they've done it. Yeah, but look at their life. So part of this game is understanding duality. Anytime you see anything, forget just the Bible, all spiritual texts. You can just go in mythology as well. All storytelling. All storytelling is two sides of everything. That's why it's a lower self, it's a higher self. What is the devil? The lower mind, the ego mind. That's it. The part of you that identifies with form, the part of you that reacts to this physical world as true. What is the God? The higher aspect of you. That aspect. And again, these are ways that we label this to better understand. It's all one. It's all one. But we pull things apart to examine it. But you got to remember, don't keep it apart, right? It's got to be a knowing. It's a knowing that is everything is one. So you the God and the Satan. Sorry to hurt your feelings. How did Satan? Why? Why does it tell you that Lucifer? How does Lucifer and Jesus both be the bright and morning star? How is it both? how was he how was he in heaven and got kicked out? Because it's you in heaven, and you get kicked out when you entertain the physical world, when you live by fear, when you live by doubt, when you don't trust yourself. You kick your own ass out of heaven. You do it. The whole Bible is a book of you. I saw one of, the manifestation creators was like, forget about the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Write your own book. I'm with it. I know what they mean when they say it, right? My perspective is you did write the book. You wrote the book. The book is of you, by you. Oh, oh, we ain't got to throw it away. You can throw it away if you don't like it. You throw away anything that you don't like. But the book is about you. You wrote it. Who though? Did you, John? Elise? Did you physically sit down and write the book? No, but you're trying to identify as the physical self. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying you as pure consciousness, you as all awareness. It is you. It was inspired by you. So it's just one way you can go about this thing and better understand yourself. Do you have to go this way? No. My perspective is most of you have already been deeply programmed. You've come through this channel. Why wouldn't you want to get clear about it versus just staying angry? So I say that to say you got to be a student. You have to understand how this life works. You have to understand, right? You got to dive into. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you tapping in. I do. I appreciate you supporting the channel. All of that. Got it. Got it. Got it. Some stuff is beyond this, though. Some stuff is beyond this. You got to sit your rear end down and seek. Ask yourself questions. What does this mean? What do I think about this? Read books. I know, I know. Sometimes you hear me say, well, hey, reading books alone is not enough. It is not enough in and of itself. It's not about reading the book, friend. It's not about the book itself. It's about the practice of stilling the mind. It's about the practice of turning away from the world. It's about the practice of silencing the noise. You don't have a transmission problem. You got a noise problem. So let's go back to all right, duality. In order for you to have dark, there must be light. How would you know what dark is unless there was light? Unless you know what light is. How you know what light is unless you know what dark is? There's always two sides to the coin. So when we see the heart in the Bible, there's going to be a carnal heart and a spiritual or divine heart. So we need to differentiate. Again, this is coming from not trusting the heart, that the heart is deceitful above all things, when the Old Testament, when the carnal mind, from that perspective. And the carnal mind, why can't I trust the carnal mind? Well, first we need to ask before I jump there, right? Well, Rook, how did you get to the mind? Because I thought you said the heart. Well. That's what the heart is. Go to the Hebrew definition of heart. It's mind. So when you see heart, it's talking about the mind. It's talking about the center of you. Now, I think it comes from the Hebrew word lev, Lev, if I remember correctly. Hold on. We'll look it up right quick. It doesn't really matter either way, but I just want you to understand what it's talking about. All right. Yes, lev, Elev. That's the Hebrew word for heart. And it means the control center, the center of self. There is a part of you that is directing things. When you operate from the aspect of you that directs based on what it sees in the physical world, you're in the lower self, you're in the carnal mind. That cannot be trusted. It can't be trusted because it judges from a limited perspective. The carnal mind operates like this. Now, understand the terminology. Everybody's saying the same thing. Carnal mind is also referred to as the ego. Some refers to it as the conscious aspect of mind, right? What does it do? It looks out in the world and it says, I'm going to tell you how you are unlike this. I'm going to show you all the reasons why you and what you see are different, why you and what you see are separate. You see? You see that over there? Those are riches. You don't have that. You're broke. Okay. You see that loving relationship over there? You were never loved like a child. You will never be loved like that. You are not that. And that's why when you're stuck in that mind, oh, it's considered wicked because it creates and invokes a state of mind of pity and pain and suffering. You look out in the world and you see signs of health, right? And it reminds you of how unhealthy you are. You see someone with children, and let's just say the doctor has told you you can't have children. So you identify with man and his word. So when you see evidence that that's possible for someone else, the ego mind says you are not that. You will never experience that. You are cut off from that. It's wicked and it's deceitful. That's what it's telling you. It's giving you pieces, fractions of information. It's not giving you the whole picture. That's why you can't trust it. You can see it. You don't fight with what comes up. Thoughts come up. Feelings start coming up. No, we don't fight with it. I just know this is feedback. And it's feedback based on incomplete information. Now we go to the spiritual mind, or what we're calling the spiritual aspect of mind, the spiritual heart. Some refer to it as a subconscious mind, right? The feminine aspect, the feminine principle. And when it veers, right, it doesn't even veer out. Let's even rephrase that. Guess where its eye is? It's inward. So when you happen to look out, you know what it does? It doesn't remind you of what you're not. Oh, it reminds you of what you are. So when you see it, its job is to show you how you are that. Ego mind says, look out there, and I'm going to show you what you're not. I'm going to show you how different you are from that. And spiritual mind says, look out there, right? And I'm going to show you how you are that. So when you see a loving relationship, I'm saying you are that. That's why it moves you. That's why you desire it. When you look out there and you see someone living well with money and they're healthy and they're doing work that's meaningful to them, I'm the aspect of you that reminds you you are that. It's supposed to be confirmation that you are that, not that you're not. It's that aspect of you that says you are not separate from that which you desire. You are one with it. This is the internal war that's happening on the inside. Which voice do you yield to? Joshua 24:15, choose ye this day who you will serve. What are you going to serve? What will you acknowledge? What will you give energy to? What will you give power to is what it's asking you. When you look out there, judge based on what you're not. Will you believe that you're cut off from a great life? Will you believe that you can't? Will you believe that you're late? Will you believe that you ain't got enough resources? Will you believe that your circumstance is greater than you are? Will you believe that? Will you yield to that? Or will you turn the eye inward? See, the spiritual mind, it's a boomerang effect. The eye goes inward and then out. Inward and then out. That physical mind just look out and it's like I'm anxious. I'm anxious. I'm watching the clock. I'm looking at the years pass by. Is it gonna miss me? Is my clock, what they say, biological clock or whatever that stupid crap is? Is it ticking? They said if I don't my eggs, they said my eggs are no good after a certain point. Now they coming right back and they reversing that. Did you see that? That's what you get for trusting man. That's what you get for putting your faith in the illusion. So let's go back. Let's go back to the good scripture. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Matthew 5:8. How do you see God? In mind, friend, you become aware that that is what you are. So blessed is saying, blessed are those who do not yield to the physical. Blessed to those who do not judge by appearances, because you are aware that that's what you are in mind. It's an awareness game. So, what was the other verse? It was another verse too. It's another verse that talks about the heart being deceitful. What's the other verse? Hmm. Hmm. Ooh, let's go Romans 2:29. This is another good one. We talked about circumcision before. See, some of this stuff is supposed to sound so outlandish so that it will trigger you. It will shut your logical mind down. It's supposed to sound so outlandish that by default, this can't be taken literally. So when somebody tells you to take a innocent baby boy and slice his penis up, that's supposed to take the logical mind is supposed to be like, wait a minute. How can this baby be born? Right? It just was born. You mean to tell me God makes mistakes? So you know exactly how to put together the cells. You know exactly how to put together the liver. You know how to put together the heart. You know how to put together the eyes. You know how to put these five fingers together, five toes. You gave me two ears. You put the eardrums. I mean, you had it down. The teeth. You already had all the teeth already in the gums. But for some reason, you jacked the penis up. You think that makes sense? That's what you think. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. All right. All right. All right. What's up, K Michelle? Hey Sharon. Following your heart ain't no joke. Facts. Dr. Money Magnet in the house. Yeah, Friday Night Live, we in here. Got my popcorn ready. Let's go. Hey T. Hey T. Who is that? Shifting Pretty. What's up? You here early? Yeah, yeah. We only been here a minute. Body Transformer said I saw a human cricket yesterday. Did you? He asked if he wanted to be my friend. He asked, oh really? Okay, I'm with it. See, it ain't nothing crazy that you can tell me. I go with it. God's what's that? Stoma Hawk said a believer is at war with his sin. A non-believer is a slave to sin. Let me see. Let me see if I can roll with that. A believer is at war with his sin. Sounds stinky. Sounds stinky. See, that's why I ain't no believer. Yeah, I ain't no believer because I ain't at war with nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that one. I'm gonna let you keep that one. I'm a knower. I'm a knower. I ain't at war with nothing because I am all that is. I'm everything. Why would I be warring with myself if there's no enemy within? The enemy without can do me no harm. What is that saying to you? If there's no enemy within, there can't be an enemy without. Yeah, can't get with it. Can't get with it. A non-believer is a slave to sin. So you have to ask what sin is. You got it. You got it. This is what I mean by you become a student. What do these words mean? What do these words mean? When you go and pull out a Monopoly game, right? Any board game, when you first start playing, right? You open the sucker up, you're like, all right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Okay. What's the first thing you do? You got pieces. You got all sorts of pieces you ain't never seen. They all different colors, all shapes and sizes. Okay. You might have little cards, right? Different size cards. They say different things. Can you play the game before you understand the pieces? Can you play the game before you've identified what the pieces? How you gonna play the game when you don't know what the pieces mean? You don't know. You don't know what is the little whatever the little car whatever this the little. How do you play a game when you don't have the rule book? You can't. You become a sucker. You become a pawn in somebody else's game, and you let somebody else tell you. And see, I don't have a problem with listening. Listening to other people, that in and of itself is not the problem. Is that you take it at face value. You don't fact check nothing. You don't even, you just, it's blind. Oh, really? Oh, that's what it is. Oh, don't do that. Oh, I don't want to do that. Ooh, that made me bad. Ooh. Oh. Did you ever ask any questions yourself? If you don't need to use your mind, what do you have it for? If you just take somebody else's word for it, what you got? What do you have a mind for? Do you have not have every being, everything on this planet is an expression of the divine. An ant is an expression of the divine. The rock, the tree, the bird, the butterfly. Shout out to the butterflies I've been seeing lately. They all an expression. Science will tell you they all serve a purpose. Don't you find that interesting? Never watch what is it called? National Geographic. You ever get to just watching the nature channels and they have and I love all of it, right? They just get I'd be so fascinated, like, well, who's the first person that figured out that this is what the bird was doing? Like, who was watching this? This is so interesting. How is it that everything they can identify a purpose for everything? But yet when it comes to you, hey, you ain't got no purpose, nigga. You just here to follow everybody else. You just, I don't know, just listen to everybody else. You serve no purpose. Just work. Pay taxes, nigga. I don't know. I, you don't find that suspicious? You don't find that at least bit suspicious? Huh? Yeah. Everything's an expression of the divine. Everything. So the question of can you can you trust your heart? What are you going to trust if you don't trust your own heart? It's your job to discern What heart is speaking? That's your task. Is it difficult to do? Nope. So you don't know how much power you got. That's why I love people to get their health together. I love people to pull away from the table. We get their diet on point, and they be like, "Yo, I'm look, I'm just telling you, bro. Like I've been waking up. I ain't even been eating no coffee. I got so much energy, bro. Like this is crazy." What you think all that energy was? You think you just found it? And like, do you think you pulled it from somewhere? Like you didn't have it and you just no, 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 no. You had it all along. It's just a matter where you've been directing it to. Where have you been directing it to? Huh? That's your brother? Oh yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you for the comment. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We started off. I read your comment when we first started. Yeah. Great topic. We always got to talk about this. Oh, we supposed to be okay. Let me see. I got sidetracked. We was talking about circumcision and what it's talking about. Right. Still dialing in on the heart. I wouldn't trust anybody that's telling me not to trust myself. I wouldn't trust anybody who's telling me not to trust myself. I wouldn't trust anybody who's telling me not to trust myself. Okay. 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 Just as long as we got that. We got that. Cool. All right. Let's go Romans 2 and 29 and see what it says here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Wait, I lost it. No man. No, wait. It didn't open up. Okay, let me go over here. Okay, there it go. Circumcision is that of the heart in the spirit and not in the letter. You see? You see how we arrive right there? So it's telling you there's a distinction between in the spirit and in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of God. We're talking awareness here, people. Let me read the whole verse. Because there's always a point of contention about who the Jews are. Okay. You are the Jew. That's that. You are the Jew. Okay. Has nothing to do with where you're born, where you live, what your religious beliefs are. Has nothing to do with it. Says he is a Jew, which is one inwardly. Do you catch that? It's telling you conscious minded, spiritual minded, inner driven. He who is inward is a Jew. So good. It's so good, ain't it? It's so good. Circumcision is that of the heart. No, it's not of you cutting a little boy's penis off. Now, fellas, if you already got your penis sliced and diced, you had nothing to do with that. You already here. It's all good. Don't sweat it. Not a big deal. We're not going backwards. It doesn't matter. Inconsequential. Inconsequential. Is that the word? Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean anything. It's good. Your penis is good. It works, right? As long as it works. Don't worry about it. Full of energy because of how healthy he's been. Oh, that shout out to the brother. Shout out to your brother. Yeah. We got to start with the basics, people. You have to start with the basics. So, hold on. I got something else. I told you I don't like notes. Cause the way I make notes, it just be all over the place and it kind of like throws me off a little bit. Nothing throws you off, Brooke. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. So carnal mind. How do I know I'm in my carnal mind? I'm driven by my flesh. I'm driven by my fears. I'm driven by doubt. I'm paralyzed by it. I really see my life circumstance as hopeless, and I believe it. I believe it. I believe that what I see, that what I see, uh, it's the truth. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Anyway, all right. When I'm spiritual minded, I'm trusting my inner knowing, my inner direction. How did I get to a point where I could trust where I could trust myself? How did I get to that point? I shut off the world. piece by piece, piece by piece. I did a chiseling, a chiseling, a chiseling. Shout out to Michelangelo. He said, I saw the angel in the marble and I just carved until I set it free. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was already there. It was already there. I couldn't see it. I couldn't recognize it. I couldn't I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear it, or at least I thought I couldn't hear it. You know what I'm saying? At least I thought I couldn't hear it. It's turning from the world, right? It's silencing. Why do you think we say start with the body? Why do you start with the physical? Because that's what you mostly identify with. That's why we start with the physical. Bring the flesh under subjection because that's what you most identify with. You're stuck in your humanity. You got to come up out of it. Shout out to Brother Penny. Huh? You're stuck in your humanity. That's why we start with bringing the flesh under subjection. We start with telling the flesh no. See what comes up when you tell yourself no. See what comes up. See what comes up. See what comes up. Hmm? Tell yourself no, you can't have that. No, you can have it, but not right now. Nah, not right now. No, you can't have it right now. No, no alcohol right now. No sex right now. No, you can't eat that right now. See what comes up. Now, the point is always, well, you know what I'm saying, Brooke? I don't feel like, that's necessary. Why do you have to do that? You don't. You ain't gotta do jack. You ain't gotta do jack. It's whether or not you curious. See, I like curious people. I really like curious people. I like people who have a fascination with themselves. They got a spirit to know, they got a heart to know. That's what I'm saying. Like for the love of the game, I need to know who I am. I need to know who I am above everything. Huh? And if you ever, all right, that movie y'all told me to watch, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Haven't is that Dr. Money Magnet was asking me for the other review? I finally figured out a way. I've been tinkering with some software I can use. So I finally figured out a way how I'm gonna do the movie review. Marionette is the movie. Marion and then it. Marionette. Oh, well, I'm gonna do a breakdown of it, but I figured out how I can, and then I had to do some research on what I can do as far as like copyright. If I can only do snapshots like stills of it, or if I could actually show snippets, like a few seconds of it as I'm reviewing it. Nonetheless, just pencil that. I got you though. But the other movie y'all told me to watch, where what is it? All people, all places, at all times, at the same place. What is it? So somebody tell me the title of it. Anywhere, everywhere, what is it? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Everywhere, anywhere, at all times, at all places. The little Asian movie. I think it would have been better. I think there was a cultural um bias. I think like I think it was a black film. I probably like if we got the black version of that, I might could, but it's still what was I going with that? What did I bring that up for? I don't know. It'll come back to me. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Thank you, champ. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. I'm gonna tell you why I didn't like it. Right? It was clunky. It was clunky to me. I know it won a lot of awards, but it was clunky. It was. I'm not talking about him moving from scene to scene. That type of clunky. It just. What I really didn't like about it was she played it safe. I ain't like that. See, I wanted a badass version. And again, I knew I was biased because it didn't speak my language. You understand what I'm saying? It didn't speak my language. So, cuz it was like she was teaching her, she came to the conclusion that if she would look at her current reality that she didn't like differently, she could make it good enough. She ain't really like her husband. She ain't like the nigga. But what she oh, I'm sorry, this is a spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen who hasn't seen it. Oops. If you're watching this on a replay, okay, well, I'm about to for the next 10 minutes, I'm about to talk about it. She ain't really like she ain't like that nigga. What she ended up doing was so it she reminded me of old me. I think that's why I ain't like it. And what she did was, and you can decide to do this if you rock with it. You teach yourself to find all the reasons why you should be okay with the reality that you don't really prefer. See, she should have just, why didn't she just move to the reality where her dude, her husband, was the guy that she wanted him to be? She wanted to settle with him just being like she didn't respect him. So it was like a pity, like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna kiss him. He really wants attention, so I'm gonna give him attention. I'm gonna just see him. I'm gonna make his pitifulness okay. That's how I saw it. I know you might be thinking like, "Nah, I ain't really get that rule." You kind of going left with it. I ain't like it. All of her dreams, all of her aspirations. It was like she came to the conclusion that the life that she currently lived, that she really didn't want, she made it okay. And I know all about it. I know all about it. Like, as guys, you never have to do that though. If every possibility, think of the title of the freaking movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Every scenario was available. Why didn't she just hop to the reality, just tap right into the reality where her daughter, she wasn't changing them. You just you you dial into, you become aware of the version of that person that's to your preference. You're not forcing them to be what you don't want them to be. You're not trying to change them at all. Like, there's a reality where her daughter was on point and responsible and doing the things that was useful, helpful. Like, I don't know, it's just the way I see things. Maybe it's just me, but yeah, I couldn't rock with it. It was stinky. Yeah, I was like, yeah, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it. No, we're not coping with a reality we don't want. I'm never ever, for as long as I live, I'm never, see, this comes back to the topic of trusting heart. I'm never gonna cope with a reality I don't want. When everything's available, why would I put my attention on what I don't want? Why would I dial in if I'm dealing with a person, if I'm dealing with circumstances that I don't truly desire? Why would I dial in on that when I could put my attention on what I want? What I could put my attention on a version of them that is in harmony with me, that is in sync with me. Never, never, never. Yep, haters will definitely say it's a green screen. That's exactly what haters will say. Yep, yep, yep. But check it. You on my live. I ain't on yours. Yep, yep. Thank you. Thank you. We soul snatchers over here. That's what we do. That's what we do best. So come on over. Come on in. Come on over. While the doors of the church is still open, come on in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sharon said, I didn't come here to live a mediocre life. See, this is what I'm saying, right? Deceitful heart. See, the deceitful heart tells you that you cut off. The deceitful heart says you need to learn to just settle for what you got, nigga. Huh? What's the problem? So a lot of people don't even have, what did they used to tell you? A lot of people they would die. They would die for the life you have. Well, then good. They should. Let them die for it. I don't want to die for it. Let them die for it. Let them have at it. They would die for a person like that. Good. Let them. That's exactly who this person is reserved for. Them, not me. This job, or they would die for a job like that. I remember when I first got my first internship. Ironic enough, it was a pharmaceutical company. But I was on the tech side, so I wasn't in that world. So I was, doing web design and all that jazz. And I would sit in on the meetings because I was trying to get a feel of the company and what they were trying to do in-house, and so that I could help, you know, offer my perspective of how they could update the website and make it more useful for all the what them people, all the workers, not workers, what's the word? What are they? Staff, I guess. Anyway, I would sit in on the meetings, and it was some they had some heavy hitters, right? Lot of women in top positions, direct position. The lady that I worked directly under, she was, I can't remember her title, but she was from Australia. So she was coming over on assignment for like 6 or 9 months or whatever. And I would just listen. That's one thing I've learned to do. I didn't know that I was a good listener. It's me like reflecting back, like, yeah, I've gathered a lot over the years, but I would just listen. And I remember one lady, she was like, yeah, I make well into six figures. Yeah, but I hate it though. Yeah, I would actually, if I could do, I can't remember what it was that she really wanted to do, but she said she would take less money if she could really do what she wanted to do. And at the time, I was like, really? It's interesting. Like, for that, you making how much? Yeah. And she was good. Like, this was like some off the record conversations. Like, after the meeting, some of the ladies were talking. And I'm like, you, from her presentation, she was all in. It sometimes you can get the vibes that people shouldn't be here, like they don't want to do this, but that wasn't a vibe at all. And I was like, dang, oh, that's interesting. It's interesting. See, the deceitful part, that deceitful heart, which is the deceitful mind, which is the ego mind, which is the part of you that judges by appearances, right? It goes on what it knows. It's going to fact check. It says, "What do we know about living a great life?" No. Yeah, you're going to need a good job. You need a good degree, you need a good job. Okay? You need to move up the corporate ladder. Oh, what do we know about following your dreams? No, no, people can't do that. And then that's, nah, you be broke doing that. No, you can't take care of yourself and actually live. That's what we know based on what we've been told. We fact checking based on history, based on tradition, based on programming. I'm gonna go what I know. See, when you're driven by that, you live a very unfulfilled life. Worst case, you get sick. Why y'all always sick? You never find that suspicious? Why is your body always in a state of sickness? You never find that strange? Find that weird? You always cycling through illness all the time, even if it's like no major issues. You just sick all throughout the year. Why? Well, it's germs. It's because of nasty people, Rook. Germs are always everywhere. Germs live in you and on you. You know how many germs in your mouth right now? You know how many germs in your nostril right now? You know how many germs in your eyeballs right now? On your hands, in your gut right now. So, doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. And everybody ain't getting sick like you. So that tells you there's something that seems to turn these things on and turn them off or keep them off. Shout out to Dr. Bruce Lipton. Huh? Was in his bag many years ago. Huh? That not trusting heart. What you're saying is I can't trust myself. That's what you're saying. What you're saying is I have decided to be governed by my lower nature. And because I've decided to be governed by my lower nature, I can't trust it. So you can easily trust your heart when it's your spiritual heart, your spiritual mind versus the carnal mind or the carnal heart. It's easy to trust that because it's not governed by the lower nature. It's not governed by the outer, right? Remember, the ego mind, what is it doing? It's saying, I'm going to tell you how you're not that. I'm going to tell you how you're different from that. That's what separation is. So when the Bible suggests not judging by appearances, that's what it's saying. Don't separate. Don't look at things and create separation. Huh? It says judge righteously. See, that's another. Remember, you're always going to have two sides of the coin. So one minute you say do it, the next minute you say don't. One, it says don't judge by appearances. Then it comes back and say, well, when you judge, judge righteously. So what are we saying here? There are two aspects of you. There's a lower nature and a higher nature. It's all one. It's all one. All one. There's two aspects of you. Which one are you yielding to? The higher or the lower? What I've learned is many of us like to talk. We're talkers. We're talkers. We talk about what we would do, what we wouldn't do. We talk about what's required, what's not required, what's necessary, what's not necessary, but you ain't in the game. You ain't in the game. You ain't in the game. See, I don't really want to hear you say, "Oh, the whole financial money game is just it's just a matter of thinking in your favor. You got to keep your attention on this and that." Why don't you do it? Take some risk and let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I don't like spectators. I don't like spectators that are in the stands trying to tell us how this life game works. No, no, no. I need you to get in the game. Take some risks. Jump. Jump, nigga. Huh? Huh? Don't ask me what you should do about no job because I'm gonna say quit. And you might not want to do that. See, that's bad advice, right? See, I don't know what you need to do. Huh? Stand on it. See, talking it is one thing. When you can't trust yourself, you never free, man. You are never free. I told a group earlier, anything that you want to do right now in this YouTube space, you can do it. Do you want to learn how to climb the corporate ladder? You can do it. Every industry. I mean, from plumbing all the way up to AI. Anything. Step by step, follow this. You want to do trucking? Okay, follow this. Here's the steps. Do this. Boom, boom, boom. If you want to get into the online world, you want to sell t-shirts? You want to sell eyelashes? What you want to do? You want to sell e-products? What you want to do? Huh? So why everybody ain't thriving? If it's just a matter of information, the information is here. Why ain't everybody thriving? What's the distinguishing factor here? Who what's the common denominator between those who are winning right now? Certain confidence. Confidence and certainty. Confidence and mother certainty. That's the only distinguishing factor. When you seek ye first the kingdom, it don't matter which one you pick. When you start at home, when you start at home, center of self, you know whatever you touch turns to gold. You just lean into what you resonate with because you know it works just because it's you. I'm the factor. It's the me factor. Don't matter which one I pick. I pick what comes natural to me, what feels now. I lean into I kind of I like painting. Ooh, no, I like programming. Ooh, I can really do that all day long. Bam. It's the you factor. When you don't trust yourself, you always second guessing. Is this the right move? You always hesitating. I don't know. Is this the right time? Am I doing it? Am I being too hasty? Am I being reckless? Yeah, gotta get in the field. Gotta get in the field. Facts. Wait, why what? What's that a question for? What is your word anyway? What is your faith anyway? If you ain't never put it to use, everybody got faith. Everybody believe. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Ain't that what Mike Tyson said? You believe in healing until the doctor tell you you got something that's incurable. Then what? Huh? Where you at then? When they tell your mama got stage 3, stage 4, what you gonna do then? You stand on it or you shaky? Which one is it? It's why we bring the flesh under subjection. I need to know. I need to know any of the bitch assness that might be hiding. I need to know where it is. Bring it to the surface. And this is why I don't bang with it. I want it. I'm the fire, so I want the smoke. I want it. Bring all of it to the surface. All the fear, bring it to the surface. The doubt, bring it to the surface. Because I need to look at it one last time. Sometimes you got to revisit things one final time. Let the pain come up one last time. You got to look at it eye to eye. Just, okay, I ain't moving this time. I see you, and I know you still don't mean nothing. I don't this whole idea of trying to like get yourself to only think good thoughts. No, no, no. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I say speak in your favor. Think only of your good because that's your preference. That's your preference. But when you know you are all that is, you can be aware of all of the game. And that might be the unwanted. That might be the undesirable. You might wake up and all sorts of thoughts are crossing your mind. What do you conclude from those thoughts? Have you changed just because different thoughts have come up? Or do you stand and know? Do you stand and know? Huh? Huh? Talking it is one thing. Talking is one thing. So no, we not trusting the heart. Does it make any sense? Millions in the building. Oh yeah. Memphis in the building. Shout out to Memphis. How to be successful wealthy. What? How to be successful wealthy? What does that mean? You don't need to know how to be successful. That's not, you're not asking me that question because you know the answer to that. There's nobody that know you know how to be successful. If I said right now, I cash app you $500. If you can tell me how to be successful, what would you say? You would come up with something. You would come up with something. You know, you have to develop a better concept of yourself. Make it a priority. If you feel like it's too much work, I literally just I had to dig in the inner circle ass just a tad this week, right? Like you ain't got the time? What do you mean you ain't got the time? What do you mean it's an inconvenience? What does it even mean? It's too much. It's too much to speak in your favor. It's too much to see you in your highest light. It's too much to correct your mind when it start going crazy. Heaven is now. Thank you. Thank you, Emilius, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Heaven is now. I didn't get out of bed expecting greatness. Okay, well, I guess that's why you had a bad day. Okay, well, correct it. Why do you have the assumption? Why do you have the assumption that however you got out of bed can determine your day? I don't give a damn how I got out of bed. So let's just say I got out of bed stinky. Not literally, not literally. Not literally. But let's just say my mood was a little stinky. So let's just say I didn't get up and do my normal routine. So are you still in control or not? Are you constantly aware that you the one that every moment you dictate every moment because the only moment is now. It's just right now. Like somebody could piss me off and then immediately right now it's done. Even though nobody has the power to to piss me off. Unless I give it to them. Unless I give it to them. No, heaven is not. Yeah, for you, nigga. That's why y'all suffer. Huh? Thank you for my star. Appreciate you. See, is you think poor. That's why you can't trust your heart. Yeah, we where do we go? Where do see that example right there, y'all? Thank you. I appreciate examples. That takes us back to Jeremiah 17 and 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? See, your heart is deceitful because you operating from the carnal mind. Oh, I forgot. Oh, well, tell me when heaven is. If heaven ain't now, when is it, nigga? What you got to die? You got to die? Yeah, yeah. Good luck. Good luck. Last 3 days I got out of bed and expecting good and good game. Okay. Gotta start the day with intention. Appreciate you, Terrence. This is about carnal and yourself. Think on God. Is swearing necessary? Yes. Yes, swearing is necessary. Yes, it's very necessary. Yes, it's how I weed out bitch assness. Yes, yes. It is my pleasure to offend in that way. You are not worthy of the message if one word can disturb you. See that right there, you should ask yourself, what is it about these ears that can cause me to be disturbed by a single word? Why does that word have negative meaning? Where did I get the negative meaning from? Why did I come into agreement with that? You need to check yourself. So yes, I'm gonna, and y'all ain't seen me really swear. I've been in light mode. I ain't even been in my swear bag. My mouth gets filthy, filthy, and I hope it runs people off. I do, because there are good things that come from connecting with me, and I don't. I want only the best. I want only the best. Only the best. Only the best. The best attracts the best. Yeah, some people don't want to choose heaven, and that's their choice. And guess what? You're gonna get whatever you want. You're gonna get whatever you want. You're gonna get whatever you expect. You gotta put it down. See, you ain't willing to put down what the world gave you. You won't question your mind. I'm gonna do a separate video on why smart people don't get what they want. Why, if you come out of, if you've operated in survival mode your entire life, you have worked extremely hard and became an expert in mastering your mind. And I need to tell you that that mind that you mastered was the ego, and you're going to have to learn how to break it. That's what you're going to do with that mind. That mind that you spent so much time building, you had to crack it. You're going to have to crack it because it's creating a barrier. And that's why you don't trust yourself. I love people. It's such a turn on people to trust themselves. And we know this because people naturally gravitate towards it. People who are confident, who are certain. It's that whole bad boy theory. It's like, what is it? Like, is it, why is it that that women are attracted to bad boys? Why is it that men are attracted to bitches? It's the energy. It's the energy. That's it. That's it. They are. Don't nobody argue. We got evidence. So it's no matter what you say, we got evidence. So appreciate you. I accept those blessings and send them right back to you. I feel the same about the middle finger. Like, who decided that was negative? Right. Like, somebody can do this and it will rock you. But if they do this, it don't mean anything. Like, do you understand? You don't even know yourself. You don't even know yourself. You don't even know that you programmed. You don't even know. It's like, oh, I didn't never even thought about that. Why? That's what I did one time when I was working. That's probably why my mouth is so filthy now, because I spent so many church years trying to suppress, like, no, bad words, bad language. And then one day it hit me, what made those words bad? Is there a bad word committee? If so, who appointed this committee? Who is on the committee? Who put them there? Who came together to decide? And then when you go back and you look in history, you like, oh, at one point they weren't bad words. So at one, so when did they become bad words? And why do I gotta fall in line with it? I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. How about that? I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. You play it cute. You got rules to follow. When you ready to stop following rules, come on over to the other side. When you ready to be your own authority, your own boss, even that you need to start affirming within yourself. It feels good to be the authority. It's easy to control my life. It's easy to be the authority. It's easy. It's simple. I love it. It's never too much work running the world. And you do run the world. I'm sorry to tell you. Not sorry to tell you. You run the world because your mind is reality. So is you. As a man thinketh, so is he. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What you think that means? Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Hmm. What does that mean? That abundance of the heart. We already said the heart represents the mind, right? Now, the abundance of the mind, the mouth speaks. The mouth, the mind of man is the mouth of God. So wherever you are in mind, that's what you're going to see speaking. You're going to hear that speaking. You're going to see scenes come up that fall in line with wherever you are in mind. So you can be mad at it all you want. You the one creating everything. I understand sucker shit. I understand loser shit. I used to identify with it. Oops. I know better now. I know different now. So if you okay playing it small, if you okay letting the world run you, if you okay with other people giving you rules on how you got to live, then do it. Do it until you can't do it no more. I know people paralyzed right now, hiding, hiding. I think about you. I think about you and I use you as motivation, inspiration, whatever. I see you as an aspect of me, hiding, not living the life that they want because they scared. They're scared. They say they don't care what people think, but they do. And they are shaking in their bones. Or is it shaking in their boots? How'd they go? Yeah, shaking in their boots. Shaking in their boots, want to make the decision. They keep seeing more signs. Like you think you're seeing signs. It's just you talking to you. That's all. That's the sign, is you talking to you saying, yield. Yield to the higher. Trust yourself. Trust that if you choose you, you could never get it wrong. Do you know how crazy it is to not to say you don't trust your heart? What you're saying is you operate from the state of mind that you think you could get it wrong. That if I choose myself, it might be complete devastation. Isn't that what somebody said last week? They said they want to, but them choosing themselves would cause pain to the people they love. If that's your story, it's a stinking ass story. It's an assumption. And I'd can it. I'd set it on fire. I wouldn't even say it anymore. I wouldn't acknowledge that anymore. Even if I felt that, I wouldn't acknowledge anymore. Why? Because I can tell myself whatever I want to tell myself. But do you really think you're going to choose yourself? No, you're going to choose suffering. Because in your mind, to be free, you've made an association with freedom and then hurting the people you love. So you're never going to be free. You bound and you binding yourself. So I hope you like it. The good news is some of you got it, baby. Some of you got it. So you can run, but you can't hide. And not even you gonna be able to stop you. Ask me how I know. Not even you gonna be able to stop you. And you're gonna run and run and run until it all come crashing down. Now I'm saying you don't have to wait until it all come crashing down. But if you are just so hell bent on holding on, well, die well. Strap in. It's gonna get a little bumpy. Emilio said middle finger in Spain is kind of goofy. People don't get that mad about it. It's like children play here. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Okay, Jody coming with a scripture. Let's do it. Oh, let's do it. Let's pull it. Let me pull it up on my end. I like it. Let's go. Let's Bible bump. One of my favorite. Let's go. Let's go. Colossians 3 and 8. Let me pull it up on my end so I can see it good. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's see. But now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Ah, yes. I'm with you, Jody. I like that verse. I like that verse. Now let me slice it and dice it. What is filthy communication? How does one define filthy communication? Who decides what is filthy and what is not? Huh? Let's start there. Let's start there. Let's start there. What is blasphemy? We talked about this last week. What is blasphemy? You want to know how you speak filthy language? Filthy. I'm surprised. I need to look that up. I know filthy is not in. I wonder is that in? That cannot be in the 1611 version. That's a modern word. It's got to be. I'll look it up later for fun. Who is putting off? When it says put, see, I need context, right? I need to go back and see. I need the context for how we got here. Who is speaking? Well, we'll just take it since you just gave us this, and we appreciate it. Who is the ye? Now ye put off all of these. Church people love taking the Bible and trying to stick it to other people. The Bible is about your ass, ain't about me. Okay. It's about me when I'm reading it from my perspective, for me, by me. But when you read it, it ain't for me, it's for you. And you speak filthy language. You are blasphemous anytime you speak against your own power, anytime you give yourself limitations, that is filthy communication. Anytime you let somebody else tell you what you can and cannot say is filthy, slanderous communication. When you see yourself as less than, when you see yourself as needing a ruler, when you see yourself as needing an external authority, that's filthy. That's malice. You speak against your own power. That is blasphemous. So the verse ain't for me. The verse is for you. The slander is what you do, is what every individual does against themselves. Huh? Huh? You create wrath against yourself when you war with this world, when you believe man's account, when you yield to fear, to doubt, to second guessing, when you allow circumstances and conditions to dictate how you see yourself. That is how you create wrath against yourself. So again, I'm not even asking you to say or not say anything when it comes down to language. I'm asking you to ask yourself simple questions. Who decided what is filthy communication? Who decided what a bad word is? And why the hell do I got to listen to that? Because somebody else decided that. Why can't I come up? If somebody came up with that all of a sudden, right? Bitch. How did we get from female dog to a derogatory term, depending on the context, towards women? Who decided that? Who came up with that? And why do I got to agree with it? I ain't here to be a follower. I do understand some people are. So whatever works. Yeah. Emilian. Listen. You already know. It's you. It ain't no Bible verse that you can give me that ain't gonna apply to you. I'm not trying to take no spiritual text and use it as a weapon against somebody else. If anything, we turning it and turning the light on. I'm showing you how this is talking about you. It's a state of mind, it's a state of consciousness, the whole book. If you not, again, if you're gonna pull out the board game and ain't gonna read the instructions, you ain't gonna know what the pieces mean, then just put it down. Read something else. Just read something else. I know more terrible people, and I'm using this loosely, right? Because all people are lovely, right? We see the God in all people who don't use bad language. And I know more lovely people who do. I find that interesting. See, it's something about I don't care what nobody language nobody use, whether they do or whether they don't. Whatever you do, be to thyself be true. To thyself be true. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to say. Matter of fact, and if it runs people off, good, good. I'm gonna use it even more. That's why I say I'm gonna say vulgar stuff. That's why I use like, ooh, if I say pussy, ooh. So when does it mean a actual cat? See, it depends. It depends on how it, you got to check yourself. What's wrong with your ears? What are you hearing when I say it? Huh? Huh? Why does that do that to you? Why do I have the power to do that? I shouldn't have the power to move you with words. So whether I call you an angel or whether I call you a son of a bitch, it shouldn't really matter. If that's not who you are, which one do you identify with? Yeah. Yeah. Trust thyself. Trust and know thyself. Know thyself completely. Part of being a student is deciding what do you want. We keep asking this every week. What do you want? How far do you want to go? How far do you want to go? Right? I ain't here just for a kumbaya session. No, I'm here to break your mind. I want you to know that. That's my charge. That's my offering to you. To break and slaughter every illusion, every wall of deceit that you've built around yourself, we're gonna crack it. Hmm? I bring the demons up out of you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do. I do. And it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure because I know what comes on the other side of that. Because once you bring this stuff to the surface, you will no longer run from it. It will no longer have any more power over you because you will realize it never had any power. I do not have to bow to this world. I don't. I don't. I give meaning to everything. Do we need that verse again? Let's pull up that verse from last week. Huh? Because it's one that everybody seems to forget. People like to pull things that will justify their positions. See, you need to understand where your own hypocrisies are. And I'm just saying you as in general to all of us, right? But let's go to Romans 14 and 14. What does it say? There is nothing unclean of itself. Don't that seem like a contradiction? There's nothing unclean. It says, but to him that esteemeth anything to be unclean, it will be unclean. You make it unclean with your own mind, with your own perception. You have to do that. Just like you have to make something sexual. You have to make something ugly. You have to make something good. You have to make something a threat. You have to make it dangerous. Somebody can make a suggestion, right? It's the whole idea that, what's the other verse? There's another verse we did too. Doesn't matter. Like one day is more sacred than the other. There's no days more sacred than the other. It's whatever you say it is. If you think Monday is the holy day, then so it is. If you think Friday is the holy day, if you think Saturday is the holy day, if you think Sunday is the holy day, it's whatever you say it is. Be ye persuaded in your own mind. That was the charge. You decide. Nobody wants the juice. Everybody's saying they want the power. You don't want the power because you got to give meaning to everything. You have to decide what it is. For me, every day is holy. Everything I do is holy. Everything I do is sacred. Everything. Because I decided. That's just how I see myself. You have to decide how you see yourself. Appreciate you. Narcissism has, look, they love that narcissism. They get the fuck out of here, bruh. You can hate that word. I hate when y'all, they give the internet new words, bruh. Everybody's a narcissist. Y'all are weak and it's very unbecoming. It's very unbecoming. It's very unbecoming. It's very unbecoming. You think you being in your weakest state makes you more what? The better human? Have at it. Have at it. Have at it. Go for it. Try it out. See how you like it. I'm all that is, baby. I'm the greatest, the best who will ever do it. See, you're not allowed to talk to yourself that way. You have to talk to yourself and you have to tell yourself all the ways that you're not great, all the ways you're not amazing, all the ways that you're limited. That's how you have to keep yourself humble. The only thing that should be humble is your ego mind. That's the only thing that should be humble. Well, Rook, it doesn't sound like your ego mind is humble because you don't understand what I'm saying. You don't know the mind in which I'm speaking from. As all awareness, as all that is. No, I don't shortchange that at all. No, it's big talk, limitless, all power. The fact that you could tell yourself anything you want and you would rather choose the less story, you would rather choose the story of I'm not quite that. No, no, you know what I'm saying? I can't really do everything, then be pitiful and see how that works out for you. Wait, wait. Wait, that somebody sent me a super chat. Wait, what happened? Whoever gets thanks for the super chat. I don't know. One of the mods you got deleted. I don't know what you said. I don't know. You must didn't keep it cute. I don't know what happened. Yeah, champ. You see what I'm saying? Because they can't hear themselves. It's a lack of awareness. I don't hear that I'm speaking less of myself. I don't hear that. I don't recognize that I'm seeing me as less than. All the so-called Jesus followers, they don't listen to nothing, nothing, nothing. If you're gonna follow the teachings, if you're gonna follow the guy, so-called, follow the teachings. It's laid out. Did I not say that ye are gods? Huh? John 10 and 34. It's also in Psalms. What is it? 92, 6, 92, 8, one of them. I said, you are gods. How in the world can you lessen yourself as a God? How does that work, friend? How are you a little bit a God? I'm kind of, somewhat. No, nigga, you are God. You are all that is. It's a recognition game. Sharon said, meanwhile, the narcissists are living in their ideal reality. Facts. Those the people who getting what they want. The people who don't doubt themselves. That is so crazy. Damn, Jody said you do not have God in you. No, I don't. I am God. I am God. You know what's interesting, Jody? The fact that I'm going to assume you consider yourself a believer of God, and yet you're here listening to someone who that you say don't have God in them. I find that interesting. Find it interesting. Reel 'em in every time, don't I? Reel 'em in every time. Here you are. Why you here? Why you listening to blasphemy? Why are you listening to filthy communications? You just gave me that scripture. Why are you here? What part of you is attracted to this message? You should check yourself. You should check yourself. Am I really out of order for speaking this? Or are you out of order for listening to it? I know you. I've been you. You understand? No judgment. No judgment. I see the light in you. See, I see the God in you. I see perfection in you. I see all power in you. No matter what you say, I cannot see you as pitiful because to see you pitiful, I had to see myself pitiful, and that ain't never happening. So I see the light in you. Huh? I see the part in you that knows, that's certain, confident, sure. Huh? I do. I do. I do. Wait, wait, wait. I'll be held accountable for leading people astray. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What would the church be held accountable for? So you're not held accountable for leading people to be into fear. You're not held accountable for leading people into illness. You're not held accountable for making people think less of themselves, but to speak power in people. I'll be held accountable for that. Great. Great. And guess who's gonna hold me accountable? Me. See, your doom and gloom don't work. I know how the religious mind works. The religious mind works by way of fear. See, I wonder what would happen if y'all take y'all God and use it against the people that's actually wreaking havoc on this planet. Why don't you ever activate your God to hold people accountable for misusing and abusing women and children, huh? For poisoning people, for jacking up the food supply. Why? Why is it that it's only good to hold people accountable for using their gift of speaking and speech? Why is that? Interesting. Fascinating. Fascinating. Your God is never useful for that. Out of all the things, right? Your God could get busy doing. Some homeless people that need him, huh? There's some women in some terrible abusive relationships that are looking for a way out. Why ain't he showing up? Huh? Where's your God there? Some children being abused right now, this very second. Where's your God there? No, your God is going, you're going to use your God. You're going to use your special prayers. You're going to use your time and say, Get this woman over here who's up here on this internet talking this stuff." Ah, yeah. All right. All right. Mastermind in the house. I came in at the right time. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yes, all is well, my friend. I appreciate you. Their God is a white man sitting on the cloud. Yeah. And apparently useless. Useless for all the things that is needed on the planet. Mm-mm. We need that God for humble them loud mouths. That's what I want you to do. God, she probably gonna pray tonight. God, that old bitch online, because they still do curse. Yeah, that's what they say. The people who that strong about certain things, yeah, they be doing that. They have to pray their way out of it. They ask for forgiveness when they do it, though. That's the only difference. That bitch online, God, show her. Show her. Out of all the things you could be praying, it's some children need some food right now. They mama's on drugs, they daddy's on crack, is just is slanging and doing all sorts of stuff. You ain't praying for them. Mm-mm. Bring some food to those babies, Lord. No, get that little bitch online because she talk too much. I know if there was a person named Jesus that actually would come out of the sky and walk the planet right now, oh, they'd crucify that nigga again. Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. And you can't hear yourself, and I understand. I love you though. I send nothing but love and peace. Cause I know you attracted for a reason. You don't land on Rook the Great by accident, baby. Oh, no, no, no. No, no, no. And you especially don't hang around, huh? I've seen you come many times. You've come here several times on the live that don't happen by accident. See, there's a part of you that resonates, huh? See, you can't escape heart to heart transmission. You can't escape conscious transmission, baby. You can't. You can't. You can't. The ego, we just talked about it. Do we need to go back over the verses again for everybody that's just checking in? We started this off giving two verses about the heart. One says trust the heart, one says not. Huh? It's the mind that fights. That's the ego aspect of mind. That's the cardinal heart that's fighting. It's like these words don't sit well with what I know, what I believe to be true. That's what brings these strong reactions to the surface. And so you think you arguing with me, you're not arguing with me. You think you mad at me, you're not mad at me. You don't even know me. Mm-mm. Even the words, can words really get you that upset and worked up? No, it's the mind fighting. But beneath that, you feel it. You feel the truth. The truth stands, baby. That's why I rocks with it like I do. What's up with you, Michael? Yeah. So everybody that just checked in, we'll grab your Bibles and go with me. We'll run it back in case you missed it. Our verses of the night. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Sounds like we shouldn't trust the heart. That's what people use. People who subscribe to the notion of not trusting the heart. That's the Bible verse they use. But then we come on over to Matthew and it says, Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So it seems as though there are two hearts. There's an unclean heart, there's an unpure heart, and there's a pure heart. We understand that the heart means mind. Oh, we come right back to this game, huh? Lower mind, higher mind. So, lower mind cannot be trusted. You will be correct. You will be correct. Because it's fear based. It looks out in the world and it separates, it judges, It judges by what it knows up until this point, whatever it's gathered along the way, whatever your ideas and your traditions and your limited beliefs and whatever you've experienced, that's what it's judging by. It's telling you that heart is deceitful. Don't trust that heart. But those pure in heart, huh? Those moving by way of the spiritual heart, the knowing, that intuitiveness, that I am all that is, that I could never be separated from all that is. I could never be separated from wealth. Whoever asked that question, it's the part of you that knows I am that. The desire sets it in motion. That lets you know it's yours right there. The fact that it can come to mind is a suggestion being made. That's the seed dropping. The father drops the seed. The mother has to receive the seed. That's the fertile ground. The seeds are dropping all day long. You got to take the suggestions. Which one are you feeding from? Which seeds are you taking in? The lower or the higher? Are you entertaining what you're not, or are you entertaining what you are? Are you entertaining powerfulness or powerlessness? Like, where am I? And this is an awareness game. Whether or not that makes sense. What does that mean? I need to know. I need to be able to see myself. I need to be able to see what's coming up for me. Because when I know, I can decide. I can choose different. That's why I like to, again, put the flesh under subjection. See what comes up when you get under a lot of pressure, when you got vices that you can't get to, huh? Woo! What you do? What you do when you can't get the candy bar? Hmm? What you do? What you do when you can't get the candy bar? What do you do when you can't get the alcohol? What do you do when you need to rest but you can't get the smoke? What comes up? And sometimes you gotta play a little dance with it. Sometimes it get really intense and you might find yourself going back to it like, listen, I know what you're talking about, but oof, I need a little relief for right now. But you got to dance with that thing. Try it again. Restrict it a little bit more. Give direction. Because really all you're doing is, it sounds like a restriction, but it's more of giving direction, giving guidance. I'm letting you know that you don't run the show. I am deciding I will not be ruled by impulse. That's what Satan is, friend. That's what the serpent is. That's all it is. It's really simple, right? Is it possible to manifest a date? What does that even mean? I know you're not being serious asking that question. What does manifest mean? When you manifest something, you just reveal it. You make clear. Manifest means to make clear. So if I make something clear, that says it already exists. I'm not making something that doesn't exist. It already exists. I'm making it clear. I'm putting it in my view. So right now, there are many, many things going on at this exact moment. We have no idea all the different things that are happening, right? We don't know all the different things that are happening in our body. We don't know all the different scenarios that are happening with people, places, and things. Somebody getting married right now. Somebody having a baby right now. Somebody getting beat right now. Like somebody is running a race right now. Somebody's winning an award right now. All sorts of things are happening. Are all of those things in your current view? No. So when you say you want to manifest, you are taking things that are already happening because creation is finished and I'm bringing it into my view, right? So, of course, you can manifest anything. You can bring into your view anything. Do you believe that? Do you accept that? Do you come into agreement with that? Yes or no? The people, when you wonder how it appears some people are able to like manifest certain things really quickly, it's like, I don't understand. It's like, I've been working towards doing XYZ for a long time. And I don't know, like this other lady, she don't even get into this stuff like I do. And it's like, she automatically just manifested a crazy amount of money or this or that. First, step one, mind your business. Step two, that's a state of mind. That's a matter of perspective, right? But step three, mm, what do you accept? See, some people can come across new suggestions. They don't have any locks. They don't have any doubts. There's nothing that comes up that counters that suggestion. They accept it completely. Boom. Now, depending on what have you been taught? Did you ever think about what you was doing before you came in this body? If you as consciousness had your awareness was somewhere, I don't know where. Okay? You come through a channel, you come through your family, whatever that is like. Whatever they was doing, whatever vibes they would that you came into that energetic stream, right? So they had beliefs about things, they had perceptions about things, ideas, traditions. That's where you came in through. Got it. Do you not find it to be strange that if you decide at a certain point to pivot from that, that perhaps, not always, an aspect of you wants to hold on to what it knows? There's an aspect of you that says, no, 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 this is true. No, this is what we've done our entire life. No, 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 this is what's safe. No, this is what's familiar. No, this is what's comfortable. You ever thought about that? Either it matters or it don't. At a certain point, you have to tell yourself that the question of how long does it take, like at a certain point, that shouldn't even be in your thought process. What do you mean? What do you mean how long? Where is your attention when you ask that question? Is it done or is it done? Is it done or is it done? This whole game is about you trusting yourself above everything. That's why we start with fundamentals. We have some foundational pieces. Foundational pieces go like, I can never get it wrong. Everything is always working in my favor. Everything is always working to my good. I stay there as the baseline. So that no matter what is going on, I always get what I want. I can never get it wrong. Everything is working in my favor. Everything is working to my good. So whatever appears to be the in the meantime, in between time, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. I watch all of it. I will say this too. Some of you are more aware than others. Okay? Your soul is more developed than others. It's not a good or bad, better or worse. It's just different. The more you are aware of, the more you're going to notice, the more you're going to pick up, right? The more you're going to feel. So, yes, Joanne over here, it appears, boom, she was able to manifest whatever. Like, no, Rook, her childhood was crazy too, but she still manifested really quickly. Maybe she's not picking up all of what you're picking up. What is awareness, friends? I'm able to perceive more. So she might not even be feeling the doubt that I'm feeling. She might not even be recognizing those thoughts coming up that suggest it's not that easy. No, you can't just get money without working. No, it doesn't work like that. No, you can't just get in the stock market and just automatically just start making money. No, you got to go through a process. You got to learn. You got to go through a step. She might not have had those thoughts like you did. It's got to be right either way because it's your world and everything in your world works in your favor. Yes. Pumpkin seeds. Wait, how do we get on pumpkin seeds? Even though we like pumpkin seeds. What's up, my friend? Hey, Dwayne, I appreciate you. Appreciate you. The whole point is this is you. You have to trust your heart because trusting your heart is trusting yourself. You must. You must. You must. You must. The more you don't trust your heart, the more you don't trust yourself. The more you don't trust yourself, the more you don't trust the world you're in. The more you don't trust the world you're in, the more you're going to be afraid of the world you're in. The more you don't trust yourself, you second guess everything. Every decision, you are forever enslaved. That's why it's vital. You forever enslaved. Now, if you don't mind that, then have at it. Trust me, I'm telling you. That is a fighter in me, honey. Honey, 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 let me tell you, my friend, my friend. And I'm a tussler, okay? I can tussle with some things. But the core of my being, what I've gotten clear on a long time ago, 2014 to be exact, I would throw it all down. There ain't nothing I won't put down. I do tussle with it sometimes, but there is nothing I won't put down for the highest. Nothing. Nothing. You do whatever's necessary. That's what I told myself. I don't know if that was a good thing to tell myself. I was like, you do whatever's necessary. You clear everything that's not true. Huh? That's all I want. That's what I want my loyalty to be, to the truth. You clear out everything that's not. Everything that's not. Everything that's not me. Show it. Make it reveal itself. And that's what it's been doing. That's what it's been doing. That's what life has been doing. Show me everything that's not me. Let it come all the way to the surface so that I can see it one last time and not be moved by it. But when I trust myself, every decision I make, if I stay somewhere, I trust that that's the right decision. If I leave somewhere, I trust that that's the right decision. If I buy something, I trust that's the right decision. If I don't buy something, I trust that's the right decision. I'm just moving through life living. I ain't got to second guess everything. Why? Because I trust myself. I know I wouldn't lead me astray. And then I know, even if I happen to conclude, yeah, Rook, we trust ourselves, but I don't really like that choice. Yeah, really, that's my better preference. So be it. It's still right. Can't get it wrong. Hmm. Hmm. Sharon said, I love doing things before the doubt settles in. That's the prime time. That's the ability to move. Just the ability to move. I spend a lot of time hesitating. It's so paralyzing. It's like one of the worst feelings in the world. Um, People think making a wrong decision is the worst feeling in the world. No, not making a decision is the worst decision in it's the worst feeling rather in the world. Cause it's weighs on you. You just keep stirring over and over. And you already know the heart of you, you already know. But you keep second guessing. Let me do a little bit more research. Let me think about it a little bit more. Well, let me look at it a different way. No, no. It lingers, it weighs, it gets heavier. And that's why some of us need to hit rock bottom. We need a total collapse. We built the layers on so thick, it like a little bit don't seem to crack it. So it's like, okay, more. Okay, more pressure. Okay, more pressure. Why do you think some of the greatest turnaround stories have been of people who have suffered great loss, great shame, and embarrassment? Why do you think that? Yeah, ever wonder? Like this the stories are just like, yo, dad, their mother was terrible. Their mother was an addict. Yo, they lost all their money because they end up getting into something that wasn't right and blah, blah, whatever the stories may be. Why do you think that is? What else you got? What else can life hold against you? That's what I learned. Put it all out there. Put it all on the table. Once I've lost it all, what else can I lose? All the physical things. If I lose all the physical things, what else I got to lose? Even if I lose my own sense of self to some degree, my own dignity, at least that's what it feels like in the moment. Okay, now what? You free. That's what. That's why it's the greatest turnaround stories because they free. They free. Huh? They free. No more chains holding me. We used to sing that in Baptist church. I'm free. No more chains holding me. This world can't hold me no more. I finally faced the beast. And it wasn't nobody out there. It was within myself. It was me running from me the whole freaking time. The problem, we have said this before, we'll say it again, with not trusting your heart. The problem with not even extending or giving your heart. The problem with closing your heart off is you don't just do it to the world. You cut yourself off too. You cut yourself off from your own overflow. You cut yourself off from your own power. You cut yourself off. Huh? Huh? Why would you do that? No, no, I don't look like your future baby mama. I don't look like nobody future baby mama. Yeah, nowhere to go but up. Facts. Okay, we got a Bible verse. Let's see. Let's look it up. Let's look it up right quick. Let's see what we got. I'll entertain. Let's see. Exodus 21. Let's see. 21. What's that? 20 through 21. All right. Let's see what we got. One day I'm gonna remember to do this on my laptop so I can screen share. Must not want me to read it. Ain't came up. Why didn't it come up? Maybe we don't need that verse tonight. Literally, it's a white screen. Maybe we don't need that verse. Okay. How long? I say I understand. How long did it take to finally get your Kundalini activated? Ah, let's not get into that type of lingo. I don't. Let's think about this state of mind right quick. Okay, hold on. Let me charge this up. Let's get into the state of mind a little bit. You don't have to obsess about activating nothing. Okay. I wouldn't turn my attention. I think it's where a lot of people get tripped up of trying to activate this and trying. Eh. You got to know right place, right time. I don't like chasing energy. I'm not chasing activate. This is what I'll tell you about even the whole Kundalini thing. For anybody that's not aware, right? The Kundalini energy is this coiled energy. It's also referred to as the serpent energy, and is believed to be this almost spiral coral like energy in the sacral area, the bottom of the spine, right? Um, and there's often this practice of so-called activating it. There are different things that you can do. You can get into meditation, detoxing. It's it's believed to be this dormant energy that resides right at the base of the spine that activates spiritual transformation, right? I guess that's the best way to it activates your ascension, so to speak. That this energy it moves from the base. Now, I've had different Kundalini experiences with energy moving up the spine. One thing in my process that I think has helped me is I ain't get caught up with a lot of that stuff. I had experiences, a lot of experiences I had before I had terminology for it, before I could label it as something. There is such thing as spontaneous Kundalini awakening. You can look that up. There are scientific papers that you can read. They seem to be the worst testimonials or scenarios that I've heard of because people don't have the mind for it. So you undergo this. Think about what a spiritual shift is. What is a spiritual transformation? It's a shift in perception. It literally you come into the world and you shape this ego mind. It's what helps you navigate. It's what helps you understand things. Well, imagine taking that whole what we call ego mind and just turning it upside down or just yanking it out. And now you as an adult are trying to figure out what makes sense of the world. You're trying to make sense of what's happening in your body. You're trying to make sense of like you can't work. Like there's a documentary about it too. It might be up here on YouTube, I'm not sure. That people didn't know what was going on with them. They felt like they were having a nervous breakdown and they were losing their mind. It's this rush of energy that flows through the body. And you don't have footing. anymore. It feels like you're not grounded. You don't know what's true and what's not. You don't know what's happening with you. Sometimes you feel like there's an illness or you dying. It can get very interesting. So I didn't approach it with trying to activate no kundalini. I've dived into different breathing practices, kind of from the perspective of moving energy, right? Just intentionally putting your mind on certain parts of the body and moving energy, right? And you can do that. But I didn't dive into that. So I can't give you on no instructions on like activating kundalini. Other people can tell you that. I don't think you got to do all of that. Get clear on who you're not and let it unfold. If you have an interest in it now, if that is coming before you, always lean into what resonates. So let's just say kundalini and activating kundalini, just something that's been coming, like dive into it, study it, research it, get some knowledge on it, get a better understanding of what is happening, and move in that direction if you feel led to. Like, you know what, I want to kind of incorporate a spiritual practice and just see, let me get some meditative and spiritual, not spiritual, breathing practices and just see how my body responds. But I just wouldn't chase. The people I've seen go crazy, they are the chasers. Like, it has to look a certain way, that it has to be this way, and if it ain't, I ain't there yet, I haven't arrived. That's all storytelling. I don't know who that is. So and so said it's not possible to work without it. So here's the thing, you got to understand, you have to decide how you see yourself in the world. Can't nobody tell me. All right, that's my rule of thumb. This my world, is my reality. Can't nobody tell me what's possible with or without anything. Why? Because I'm the authority. See, that's where the book gonna stop. So I don't give nobody that power. I will listen. If you that's your expertise, you can give me your insight. You giving me suggestions. Interesting, fascinating. I have the final say. There is no authority outside of me. So to tell me that I can't touch what I want, that I can't experience what I want, that I can't do what I want unless XYZ happen, sounds like some church crap. That's a church type of mind. That's a religious state of mind, and I don't operate from that. Without it, you can't work the kundalini, but I agree that you can't work it if it was spontaneous and that happened to me. I guess. I don't know that. See, you have things like when you say you got 6 years till your kundalini can be awakened. Who told you that? What? That's somebody's rules. That's somebody else's assessment. Maybe it is, or maybe it isn't. But I wouldn't speak so definitive about that. And what does it matter? Can you get what you want? Do you know who you are? Huh? Is your reality reflecting your true desires? Otherwise, who cares? I mean, is it what, just something to brag about? I mean, what is it? Because there are a lot of people who are conscious, who are spiritually, I guess you could say, evolved, and they might not have done whatever it is that you, and everybody has a different way of describing it, and some people experience it in different ways. Some have had like this light experience where it's like they've noticed light come into their body and then this glow, like some people experience it that way. Other people, it was a feeling, like I could feel energy shooting through my body. And that's the probably the best way that I could describe, but I just wouldn't get caught up in that type of stuff. Like, let life unfold. It's good. I can't miss it. Remove what isn't you, and then let the chips fall where they may. You'll know. Am I a white Jesus worshiper? Nigga, are you? Why you asking me? Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah, what is why you asking me? I'm a Rook the Great worshiper. Yeah. Yeah. Acknowledge self. That's what worship and praise is an acknowledgement. That's what you're supposed to do. So even if you do call yourself a Jesus worshiper, you're supposed to acknowledge that within yourself that's all knowing, that's perfect, that's ideal, that's powerful. That's the only thing. What's your good rituals then? Like for what? Just I don't really again, you need whatever you think you need. If you think you need a lot of things, then incorporate a lot of things, right? I don't have a lot of rituals, right? Every that's not even true. Everything's a ritual. Taking a shower every night is a ritual. When I get in the shower every night and I'm thinking in my favor and I'm going crazy in my imaginative mind, that's a ritual. That's me feeding what it is that I want. Now, here lately, I've been more intentional with my meditative practice and doing that 3 times a day. But if I don't feel like doing it, so I do what I want. I My attention has shifted less from out there, more in here. It's more of what I'm aware of. That's where I like to be. Any rituals that I have are about doing this in remembrance of me. Who is the me? The higher. The higher. I do this in remembrance of me. So that's the whole point. I'm not doing it because I'm trying to get something. I'm not doing it trying to get somewhere. I'm not doing it to cross some, box off to say, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I noticed that. If that's where you are, I mean, you can be wherever you find a need to be. But I don't really have you know, drinking water. Drinking water is a ritual of mine. That's interesting because I had hmm, how he got through. The baby won't sleep. Elise is back. Okay, now we can start again. We was waiting for you. We was waiting for you. You missed it. You missed it. I don't have nothing else to say. I done said all I have to say. I did. I did. I did. I was like, what else is there to say? Trust your heart, nigga. What? I did trust your heart. Huh? Lean not into your own understanding. What understanding is that? That's talking about. See, that's another great verse. One verse says, get wisdom, and in all thy wisdom, get understanding. And then another verse says, lean not into your own understanding. You're going to always see two, one coin, two sides, because one is speaking to the lower aspect of you, one is speaking to the higher aspect of you. So, lower mind, no, lean not into your own understanding. Because you're judging unrighteously. You're judging based on what you see. Get wisdom, and all that wisdom, get understanding is like, yo, when you look out into the world, know that you are not separate. Every time you see something that you feel inspired by, like even the whole thing of jealousy, if something makes you jealous, that feeling of jealousy is the part of your mind that says you can't have that or that you don't have that. If you would yield to the higher aspect, that part of mind says, that's me. I couldn't see it if it isn't me. Yeah, that loving relationship, wow, that's me. That's me. That's how I'm able to recognize that. I got to see it first. I got to see it here before I can see it there. I got to know. How did you find your alias, your brand name, and now get successful to go with the flow with it? Hmm, that's kind of a good question. Project Rook. Well, Rook is my name, and Project. It's just what it sounds like. The working, the inner working of Rook, huh? The assignment known as Rook. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The my Project Rook started initially. What was the origin? Health and wellness. It came from my own experience of being down and out, desperate. Couldn't figure out why life kept handing me my ass. I couldn't figure out that why I'd been in the church my whole life, and at that particular point before it all blew up, I had been more serious than I'd ever been, but I still won't getting what I wanted. I still was suffering. I couldn't understand why I was a so-called believer and the people around me were believers, but we was in worse shape. Like, why were we not getting the life that we wanted? I couldn't figure out why God's people suffered so much. Why were they so sick? Why? And to tell me that it was just God's will wasn't good enough for me. And then I got sick. I got sick. I looked around in my life and I'm like, I got all the things I had prayed for and I'm still miserable. And then I got sick. See, inner turmoil is going to eventually manifest to outer turmoil. Inner illness is going to eventually manifest as outer illness. You don't have to wonder if your body is acting wonky right now, it's for a reason, friend. Okay? It's communicating something to you. It is talking to you. It is talking to you. So the origin was I kind of lost my mind. I got really sick, and that getting sick caused me to ask some hard questions. And that first question was, what if I'm wrong? I felt real strong. I was strong. I was stubborn. Like I knew I was right. I knew I was right about life. I knew I was right about religion. I knew I was right about love and how life worked. I just knew I was right. And I finally said, but that's all it takes. That's all it takes is one. If that right there if you can catch that the idea of being initiated, that's what initiates you right there. The pause. What if I'm wrong? That breaks the loop. That breaks the loop, y'all. You running on autopilot, boom, 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 over and over in your world, thinking you right, doing the same things, saying the same things, believing the same things, and all of a sudden, a spoke in the wheel. What if I'm wrong? I never considered that question before. I wasn't ready to tell myself I was wrong. I just posed the question, what if? I was like, "Well, what if what they've been telling you about being what it takes to be healthy, what if it ain't it?" Cause I was like fit in the gym all the time, 5, 6 times a week. I told this story many times. Mm. Building muscle, shedding fat, strong as I don't know what. Like got into yoga, doing all sorts of things with my body, even though my body still was in pain, right? Just noticing, just aching and, sitting at a desk, tension in my back and feel those little pin needles. Started getting cysts, the little gangrene cysts on my wrist. Like weird stuff happening with my body. What if you wrong? What if the mainstream way ain't it? What if there is a actual way that you should feed your body, an optimal way? What if what you think about love ain't it? What if what you think about religion ain't it? What if what you think about God ain't it? Oh boy, get ready. Don't ask the question if you don't want the answer. So I got sick. That's what opened the door to the answers to all those questions. Eventually, I got into plant based. My spirit led me to eliminate meat, literally. I already knew the arguments. I knew all the arguments, but I was not with it. My mind was like, I don't think all that's necessary. Then my spirit said, no, this is what we're going to do. We're going back to nature. We're going back to the basics. Okay? I want you to trust that. We're not taking in flesh and blood no more. Done. That was 2014. Okay, I was like, all right, bet. Started detoxing the body, started feeding my body with just nature. And I started to come alive. I'm like, what is happening to me? Like I was at one point by 6 o'clock in the day, I felt dead. I just feel like I want to sleep. Like, I mean, you got a house to run. You better let's get to it. Even during the day, I see where people feel like after lunch, like my brain, mental fog, couldn't function, no concentration, couldn't focus for nothing. I just like, bruh. And I started watching all of that reverse itself. I started watching the issues that I was having with my skin reverse itself. Huh? I started noticing me transform right in front of my eyes. And as I cleaned up my body, something else started to change. My mind started to open up. I started to notice. I think there's another way to this world. I started to notice something ain't right with this whole God story. I never thought like that before. I got led to certain materials, certain books. Let me look into that. I hadn't come to a conclusion yet. I just was curious. Ooh, curious mind message. What about? Let me see. Let me see. Clean body, focused mind. Okay. And before I knew it, I had transformed. That's was the birth of Project Rook. I was so inspired. And I'm like, man, this was so simple that changing my diet opened the door to everything else. If people knew this, like I got people around me suffering. I got people around me who's sick and on medicine and going back and forth to the doctor. If they only knew it's this simple. Start with your diet. I later found out that diet means way of life, way of living. I was like, oh, that's so perfect. So it wasn't just what I was physically eating, it was what I was taking in here. So I was like, oh, it's a mind body thing. Mind body. Oh, this is a holistic game. I got to let the people know. I was like, I got to let people know. I got to share the good news. So that was the birth. It was the project of me. How do I stop being sad about aging? I'm 34. Nigga, okay. Okay. All right. I'm not even gonna, because I get it. When you're in that world, and to be fair, I got somewhat caught up in that at one point, right? It's why I stopped celebrating birthdays for a period of time. Well, actually, I haven't celebrated one since. In about yeah, that was 2014. This all happened at the same time because it had a negative connotation to it. So I had to stop talking to certain people. You're gonna have to pull out of the world. I'm sorry. I know people don't like to hear it. You can what is a little cute little saying? You have to separate to elevate. You're gonna have to pull out of the world that you are one with a world that you don't like. You are one with a world that you're saying you no longer identify with. And so there is storytelling in that world, right? Lot of storytelling. I stopped talking to some of my friends who kept talking about getting older and the body falling apart. And I started honing in on what felt right and true to me. One, I was like, how do you know how old you are? These are questions. I will put myself on a hot seat. How you know how old you are? Because nigga, we know how old. What kind of question is that? That's what my birth certificate says. Oh, who gave you the birth certificate? My mama, nigga. Well, who gave it to her? I don't know. Somebody from the hospital. I don't know. They mailed it. I don't know. Oh, so you know how old you are based on a piece of paper that somebody else gave somebody else who gave that to you. I mean, yeah. Oh, so you don't know how old you are. You know how old a piece of paper says you are. What year is this? And then I would recite to myself, it's whatever year. How do you know? Because the calendar. How do you know the calendar is correct? I mean, It's the one we've been following since I can remember. How do you know? I know what you've been following. How do you know that calendar? Who created the calendar? Because there's a lot of different calendars out there. You want to be? Do you want to be 8 years younger? Go to Ethiopia. And Ethiopia is 2018. Look it up. They're on a whole different calendar system. The fact that you can simply get on a plane and go somewhere and your age be different should tell you right there. It's a concept. It's an idea. You have to decide if you're going to agree with that. And in that moment, I decided I'm not going to agree with that. I'm not going to agree. You're not going to be able to tell me how old I am and what that means. Now, I'll play the game if I got to play the game. I'm here in this world. We got dates, we got birth dates. You got to put things down. I got it, whatever. However, I'm going to know. I told myself I'm going to stop celebrating birthdays until I give it a good meaning. I'm going to make every day a birthday. Okay. And then I would just feed myself. I fed myself. I started looking at stories. I looked at you seen the memes that go around every so often? Like it tells you like popular names who started businesses when they was in their 50. I think KFC, Colonel Taylor. No, not Colonel Taylor. What's his name? Colonel. What's his name? Colonel. Whatever his name is. He was 50 some when he started KFC. So it is this is a list. See, if you can find whatever you want to find if you go looking for it. So I just started to just immerse myself into like this is all a state of mind. I look online and I see examples of people who are 90 years old and they're in a nursing home. But I also see people who are 90 years old who are running marathons. Rook, figure out which one you're going to identify with. Figure out which story you like. Okay? So it is. So if you want to be stop being sad about aging, stop telling the same funky story about aging. You tell yourself whatever the story you want. You identify as the authority. It's whatever I say it is. So if I say I feel good, then I feel good. If I say I'm ageless and I'm timeless, then I'm ageless and I'm timeless. And I stop listening to anybody to tell me what I should start looking for. Yeah, by 28, between 28 and 30, this gonna start happening. Between, 30 and 35, between, 40, no. You define it yourself. You take your attention off of the story that you don't like, that you don't want, that you don't prefer, and you put it on the one that you do like, that you do prefer. Ta-da! That's what you do. And then you stop listening to stupid people. You stop identifying. You let it start noticing when you hear people talk like that. Exit those conversations. Well, look, girl. Eventually, all of us. I don't know. I don't know who all of us is, friend. I don't know who all of us is. Mm-mm. No, actually, I feel good. No, my knees aren't hurting. And then if you notice your knees are hurting, do something damn it about it. Take care of yourself. You tell yourself, I get to decide what my life is going to look like and nobody else. Christianity, Islam, a war to set one another on each other. Basically, not necessarily. Yeah, yeah. I don't really care about anybody else's. Anytime I'm talking about whether it's the Bible or I don't really refer to it as Christianity, but if you want to refer to it as that, it's a study of you. I'm talking about you. I'm always coming from a mystical perspective. So I don't really care anybody else's interpretation about what they think about religion because they're on the surface with it. So it don't apply to me. It's hard to clean your body when you smoke weed. Well, yeah, that's a story. If I'm doing it, I ain't gonna tell myself that. I ain't making nothing. If I'm doing it, if I engage in it, I ain't making it unclean. Sorry. Now, if I have a strong part of me that's saying, this ain't good, bro, this ain't good, then that's my key to stop doing it. But I ain't gonna do something and then tell myself that it's unclean and it's making my body bad. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna sanctify it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'ma abstain from it completely, turn away from it completely, or I'ma indulge and I'ma sanctify it. Period. Oh, Colonel Sanders. Okay. What did I say? Colonel Taylor? Colonel Sanders. Yeah. 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 What's up, Mark? Yeah. All of these stories, anything that makes you uneasy is because you entertaining a lie. So I think about what aging is. How do we even know what aging is? Somebody told you that. Somebody told you that. And then we come into agreement with it like it's facts. Can't nobody tell you. We can point to 50 different examples of what a 20-year-old looks like, of what a 30-year-old. Y'all ain't seen some people who like 20 some years old. You be like, nigga, are you okay? Are you well? We can have examples. We've seen people who are 80 years old that look like they're 50. So it's you defining everything. That's what I'm saying. You have to start with yourself. If you don't start with yourself, all of the concepts of the world are going to rock you. They're gonna keep you by the throat. They are. What do you say it is? If you say it don't matter, then it don't matter. If you say I'm gonna determine how my life is, I'm gonna determine how my life is. I'm gonna decide how my body gonna look. I just I'm going crazy with how I see myself. My body gets better. Whatever time they calling out there, it gets better with it. Yeah, it gets better. The more this little make believe calendar floats one after another, you don't even feel the difference, do you? January 31st, go right into January 1. You wouldn't even know you were in a new year unless somebody told you. You wouldn't even know unless the phone changed the date. You wouldn't know. See, it feels heavy and thick when you got your attention on it. It feels hard. It feels heavy because you got your attention on it. Take your attention off of it. Put your attention on life. Put your attention on living. Not on not on getting old. Not on dying. A lot of people obsessed with dying. You don't want to die, but you're obsessed with dying. It's weird. Put your attention on what you want. Put your attention on thriving. Put your attention on youthfulness. Put your attention on feeling good. Put your attention on your body. Like all the little memes, some of them, bro, some of them you gotta just stop following. Even though they funny, some of them I laugh too. But all the little, by the time you 35, by the time you 40, you got this cracking and your knees, and they put the little mouth on the knees saying, hey, you better not do that no more. Or something. Yeah, some of them are funny. I don't associate with none of that. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't have no knee problems and I ain't gonna have no knee problems. I ain't got no back problems. I ain't gonna have no back problems. Okay. How long we been up here? 2 hours? I've been sitting in Indian style the entire time. Okay. So it's whatever you say it is. I don't entertain the idea that my knees ain't gonna be functioning. I just wouldn't do it because I'm not gonna feed what I don't want to give life to. I understand how powerful I am. Every day feels the same now. Facts. Yeah, I don't even know. Like April was just we just finished the 33-day mindset, the mental reset, our third round. We just ended, well, actually today is day 33. Our next round is starting May 18th. 33 days. 33 days of directing your attention on what you want. Checking in with yourself intentionally 3 times a day. Huh? Huh? What that be like? Talking to yourself, audio check-in in the morning, then coming back midday before you go to bed. What that be like? You ain't never done it. You ain't never done it. You don't know what that's like. You ain't never seen what it's like to just speak in your favor until it's so normal and natural to you that it no longer feels like a practice. You practice the practice until it's no longer a practice. Yeah, yeah. Check it out. ProjectRoot.com. My friends. Champ said, feeling good, feeling great. See? See? Yeah, it all starts to just bleed in. You become indifferent just because your attention ain't on it. You pull away from all the stories that you don't even know you have a tendency to tell. That's the kicker. You don't even know. Friend, you don't know what you're telling yourself. You ain't never paid attention. you never pinch. You've never paid attention to what you default to when you hear bad news. You never Paid attention to what you default to when you so-called lose money. Cause when you in your bag, when you in your God bag, it's nothing, nigga. Who cares? Everything work in my favor. It's good. Even the one that sting. Like you feel the sting, but it's still nothing. It's still nothing. Hmm? My reality? In my world? Would I ever go without? I don't think so. Could I ever get it wrong? Could I ever lose? Like, have you ever taken the L and then still told yourself, I never lose? That's what I'm talking about. Huh? Feel the pain and then still tell yourself, nothing can break me. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can hold me back. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the override. What's the override? Your awareness. I'm aware that I am all that is. I'm aware that I don't have no hindrances. I don't have no what do you call it? Hurdles. There ain't no blocks. You don't talk to yourself like that. You don't talk to yourself like that. That's why we stay in this looping, perpetuating the world and the reality we don't want, because you're still there. You still look out and you see that's the giants that they're talking about in Genesis. When you see the circumstance and the conditions greater than you, it makes you feel small, like a grasshopper, like an ant. Like it feels like I hear what you're saying, Will, but man, there's so many moving parts. It's complicated. No, it's not. You keep entertaining the fact that it's complicated. What keeps you in a state of mind that you're in a complicated situation? Switch perspectives immediately. Just tell yourself, nothing is too much. Nothing is too big for me. I'm noticing how I spiral out of control mentally. And now I'm trying to stop them states and picture something else. Is hard. Okay, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. There's one word. There's one word that stood out with that statement, friend. Okay. You said I'm trying to stop. That's hard. That's effort. What the only reason that you would try to stop something is because you found a problem with it. What if you started to watch yourself spiral out of control and just watch it? Don't do nothing. Just watch it. Watch yourself melt down. Watch yourself feel anxious. Watch yourself have thoughts of fear and doubt and worst case scenario and do nothing. You're judging it. You're making it bad and wrong. It's like if I could just get this to stop. I'm gonna try to picture something else. Now still picture something else. I'm not saying don't do that. Not while fighting what you don't want. Because you keep what you don't want alive. What if I observe it and I simply say, nope, not true for me. Not anymore. Nah. You still don't mean nothing. You still don't change anything. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, really having a dialogue with yourself. Okay. Yeah. 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 All right. Yeah. I feel afraid. I get the right to feel afraid. I get a right to feel uncertain. I get the right to feel any human emotions. But I am watching you and I'm saying no because I always get to choose my preference. And now practice directing my attention. Nope, over here. Nope, over there. Nope, that's true for me. Not in my reality. Not in my reality. Not in my reality. That's the practice. You ain't got to fight it. Yeah, you ain't got to fight it. Don't fight it. Mm-mm. Make it right. Make everything right. I have no tussle with this world. The world holds no ill will to me. I hold no ill will to it. And then when I'm identifying as all awareness, I'm the watcher. Okay. I'm watching. I'm watching. I'm watching everything come up and I'm not judging it. I just choose. I'm saying this is feedback. This is internal feedback. Got it. It's saying, hey, yo, suggestion, pity, will you take it? Power, will you take it? Hey, suggestion, poverty, huh? You broke ass suggestion, suggestion. You have to decide if you will take it. All you have to say is no, no, nope. Oh, wow, I'm so good. I look like AI? Really? The AI must be good. If the AI is this good, shout out to the AI. Nah, it ain't artificial, baby. It's divine intelligence. It's DI over here. It's G intelligence, the God intelligence. That's all. That's how we rocking over here. That's how we rocking over here. It's okay. It's all right. How often do you do these? As many times as it comes to mind. This is why we're constantly developing body awareness, self awareness. We're heightening our awareness. When you see yourself triggered by something, you should say thank you. Why is this triggering me? You may not be able to answer it in the moment. You don't need to. You're just developing self awareness. That moves me. That makes me afraid. That makes me want to go get some ice cream and stuff my face. Okay. That makes me want to smoke. These are the times when I want to drink. This one I want to call that heifer and I said I was done with her. I know she bad for me, but you know what I'm saying? It's just the way that she worked that thing, you know? You have to ask yourself self-awareness. So as many times as it come up, now what we do, that's what the mind or the mental reset is about, being intentional. If you constantly witness a world and a reality that is not to your liking, now you got to get in the game. What does that mean? I'm going to get intentional with directing my mind. I'm going to start the morning directing my mind. I check in the middle of the day, just reinforcing who I say I am, what's true for me. And before I go to bed, I'm closing out the day on my terms. I'm not taking pity. I don't care if I felt pitiful all day. Before I close my eyes, I know I'm great. Huh? I know I'm all powerful. I know it's nothing that's greater than me. I know nothing is too much. I know I'm never stuck. I know I'm never late. I'm reinforcing that before I close them eyes. Yes, I am. So, and then at a certain point, you're going to notice this becomes normal and natural to you. You're going to pick it up during the day. You're going to catch it. You're going to get a bill. You're going to feel good. You got some money. An unexpected bill comes up and you're going to start to spiral like, bruh, as soon as I feel like I'm getting ahead, and you're going to interrupt it. No, I always got more than enough. I love paying bills. Anytime I pay into a bill, I'm paying into myself. It's this in and out game that I'm playing. I ain't never sweating off no dollar, huh? $1 go, 500 come back. I don't really care. You just start to check it. You get better and better at it. But initially, willpower, directing your attention, giving yourself instruction. This is what we're doing, and this is how we're going to do it. Practice the practice until it's no longer practice. So Hill said, if I want to have a physical appearance or health transformation, what would you suggest? The FBB effing me up. I don't know how to remain indifferent to it. Okay. Now we got some great affirmations I will start to insert, right? And just go back into my imagination. Yeah, yeah. K. Michelle said imagination is more important than knowledge. Facts. Facts. If I will work on anything. See, I spent most of my life on the knowledge part. I know how to be a great student. I know how to read and study and write. I got that. I got that. I got it down. I trust me. I've heard people just like, yo, if I had that ability, I'd do X, Y, Z, and so on and so forth. What I didn't have, what I wasn't quite as skilled in, was not only knowing and being aware of my imaginative world, but directing it. That, yeah, I had to get more intentional with that. Appreciate you, champ. Um, okay, let's go back to the question. If I want to have a physical appearance, health transformation, what would you suggest? So first, I'm gonna rewrite some things. I'm always starting with myself. I'm not obsessing about the thing that I want because that's already done. I'm really dialed in on my state of mind. So I'm not even going to give or entertain the idea that the 3D can do anything to me. It can't move me. It can't mess me up. I'm really, I'm affirming that, right? Law of assumption. What do I assume to be true? I assume, no matter what it looks like, the 3D is not even separate from me. Okay, it's a reflection of my state of mind. It's a reflection of what I'm currently aware of. I'm not even banging with it. It's not a problem for me. I would just start telling myself the 3D is my friend. Okay, it comes in complete harmony and cooperation with me. It's not even separate from me. It can do nothing to mess me up. Nothing can, that's a good affirmation. Nothing can do anything to mess me up. Nothing. Nothing in this world can stop me, slow me down, delay me. All right. How do I know how to remain indifferent to it? I start telling myself. See, the first point of contact is going to be what you tell yourself. It's not going to be doing stuff, it's what you tell yourself. I'm telling myself. I'm always certain and I'm always sure I am not moved by circumstances. I'm not moved by appearances. I am not moved by the world. I move the world. The world is moved by me. That's why I'm staying in mind. Every time it seems like I want to go back into the old story, I'm coming back to this is not a problem for me. This is easy. It is easy for me to direct my attention. It is easy for me to get what I want. It is easy for me to tell the stories that I want to tell. It is easy to think the highest of myself, right? Then say, I want to have a physical appearance. Okay, same thing. Same thing. It's like you're, for the first time in your life, you getting drunk on you. I mean, you going crazy on you. Whatever you think sounds to be like it's too much, it's a little egotistical, it's a little big-headed. Yeah, more of that. More of that. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. I always get what I want. Huh? I was born healthy. I am healthy. I'll always be healthy. My body is always a perfectly designed, huh? Well-oiled machine. It always knows what to do, when to do, huh? It's its default. It's my body is always taking care of me. It's always taking care of me, huh? I am all that is. And physical appearance, whatever it is, you fill in the blank. I'm the sexiest mofo it is. All right. I got the best arms. I got the clearest skin. My body's always thriving. I'm so desirable. I'm absolutely magnetic, breathtaking. I'm the greatest, whatever. You know how they have the magazines that come out and it says so and so is voted the most sexiest woman or the most beautiful man. You feel that in for yourself. You go crazy with that. See yourself in the highest light. All you're doing is turning your attention from what you think you're not and putting it on what you ultimately know you already are, perfection. No matter what it looks like, you come to that. Now, what will help you with this is sitting still and meditating, turning from anything that reminds you of the opposite. Sometimes that's turning from certain people and certain conversations, certain social media accounts, certain things that you're watching, anything that moves you back into a story that you don't prefer to be in, you yank your behind right out. Most importantly, I'm staying in this knowing, like really convicted with yourself. You got to sit down with yourself. It's really less about the stuff that you want. It's more about you. Do I really believe that other people can get what they want and I can't? Do I believe that? I don't think you do. Do I really believe? Do I really believe that other people can transform their health and I can't? But let's just say I didn't have an example of somebody like, no, this so and so I got wrote. They said this one in like 200 cases, and all the other cases is in another country. Some old crazy mess. What do I say about me? Do I think that I came to this planet to suffer? Do I really believe that my body can grow back skin? It can grow back hair. The liver can replenish itself. It is believed that the body, you create a new body every 7 years just by way of the cells breaking down and renewing and restoring themselves. If that is true, how in the world, whatever I'm dealing with, how could that be final? It can't be final. It can't be final. It can't be. I would just, you got to contemplate on these higher ideals, these higher concepts. Look out into the world, look in the sky, look at the sun, stare at the tree. These things. You know, there's something called dang, what is it called? It's like auto, dang, what is it called? It don't matter. It'll come back. I'll bring it up again. But it's this. It's a term for what happens, the benefit of you staring at nature, at plants. It brings you home to yourself. It's a scientific term for it. Nonetheless, you gotta look out at this world. How in the world that the birds don't ask nobody where to eat? It don't ask nobody where to fly to, but it know where to go. All the other animals, they they're not checking in. They don't have no AI. They don't have Google. They know exactly where to go. They know where to find food. They know how to protect themselves. If they get injured out in nature, how do they know how to restore themselves? How in the world do you think the animals can maintain themselves, but you wouldn't be able to? You have to think about these concepts. Sit with it and then be still and know. And you practice the practice until it's no longer practice. You got to know I can't get it wrong. Oh, meditate on that. I can't get it wrong. I can't get it wrong. How would you move through life if you knew you couldn't get it wrong? How would you move through your life if that was your core tenet that you stood on? No matter what, I can't get it wrong. No matter what, I can't get it wrong. What does your mind do with that when you hear that? Well, Brooke, I mean, I wouldn't say I can't never get it wrong. No, no, no. We're saying it 100%, baby. I can't get it wrong. I can't get it wrong. Rest right there. You rest there until it feels good, until your mind will totally accept it. I cannot get it wrong. I always know what to do, when to do. I know how to take care of myself. I know how to heal myself. I am my doctor. I am my savior. I am my God. I am my lover. I am my friend. I can trust me completely. You see how we end up right back at the heart? I can trust me completely. Uh, right now I'm living with my mom and dad. I got my disabled uncle living here under burden of my mother. I'm shift of moving, in a shift of moving, but how do I cope with the smells and low energy? Oh, that's prime time right there. You got to go to work, baby. And I don't mean in the physical sense. Guide your attention. Can't nobody stop you from thinking what you want to think. Can't nobody stop you from being where you want to be in mind. Can't nobody stop there. You go there. You practice going there. Meditation, my friend. That's what I can tell you. Not only the practice. So when I say the word meditation, there is a so-called practice of meditation where you still the mind, you get quiet, you close the eyes. That's one. But meditation means to contemplate. It means keeping these things in mind, recalling the highest. Listen to things. that take you where you want to be, that keep you in that state of mind. Read things, watch things. All of your gates bring in what you want, especially when you're in an environment that you don't prefer. Ask me how I know. I've done it. I've done it. I so it can be done. You tell yourself it can be done. There's nothing too much. You see how it's gonna always come back to how you see yourself? It don't matter what I tell you to do, because if you have core beliefs that say, no matter what I do, it don't never work. No matter what I do, it's always one thing after another. Man, I just can't get right for nothing. I just can't focus. If my situation was different, yes. If you can leave, then leave. But let's just say for whatever reason, at this exact moment, okay, I can't leave this exact moment. Cool. The physical body can't, but the mind can. You can go wherever you want to go, so go there. Yes, K. Michelle said it. You got to have main character energy. Are you him or aren't you? The only person you convincing is yourself. Just want you to know that. That's why people think like, I don't. Do you really think I care? What? I don't care what you do ultimately. What you decide, nigga. I'm her. I already know how it's rolling for me. So do whatever you want. Just sharing was possible. You got to be the main character in your life, in your reality. You have to sit even with that idea. This is all me. What does that mean? This is all me. Huh. This is me. This is me. This is a reflection of what I'm aware of. This is one world. Okay. All right. I am that I am. Got it. Yeah. Get in the field. Get in the game. Less speculating. Less asking. See, questions are good. Curiosity is good. But at a certain point, trust yourself and just run with it. Incorporate a practice. See, I'm going to always say start with the body because it's the thing that we most associated with. Start with directing your mind by using your body. Fitness is good for this. You got to get into fitness, right? Start. Some people just all they got to do is walk, but make it good. Go in a hot yoga class and feel like you're about to die. See what your mind does when you do that. Start working out, get on the treadmill, start do a cycling class. See what it's like when your mind's spiraling out of control about to die. You don't know how to control your breath. You just got just all over the place. No, you have to learn. And you keep coming back. You keep coming back, and eventually you're gonna be able to hear that heart racing and you ain't gonna react to it. Oof. Oof. See, initially you identify with the heart racing. So you feel like you're about to die, I'm about to have a heart attack. Oh my God. You panic. But eventually you come out of that. You create a little gap between you and the body, enough to know I'm not dying. I'm in control. Okay. Everything is good. I got it. I can control my breath, right? Which means if I can control my breath, I can control my heart rate because that's how you control it. You ever want to slow the heart rate down? What do? Deeper breaths. You want to speed the heart rate up? What do you want to do? You know, you ever get scared? Your breathing gets short, shallow, quick. Heart starts racing. Same thing. So we know we can control that by way of the breath. So you put your attention, you practice taking your awareness from that body and being ruled by. See, you identify with the body. So when a body is in pain, you think you're in pain. When a body is sick, you think you're sick. When a body feels lonely, you think you're lonely. When a body feels unloved, you feel unloved. You are creating a gap between that. So you got to pull away. You eventually come back, but but initially, you got to pull away. I got to create a little bit of gap to say, oh, I see that. I see what's happening here. No, no, that's not me. But that main character energy, oh my God, you need to turn that sucker all the way up. Hype you up to the highest. And I know people are not doing it and I know it's not coming natural to people because they feel uneasy. If you feel uneasy talking to yourself and ain't nobody around, don't nobody hear you, but you start talking big like, yeah, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, can't nobody touch me, I'm this, and you started feeling uneasy, there you go. The mind is saying, we don't recognize this. This is unfamiliar. The mind is like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You weak. No, you're not. No, the last three girls didn't even want to talk to you. It just starts just giving you examples of why you're not. Remember, that's his job to remind you of how you're separate from the thing. You know the higher thought because it's always reminding you that you are the thing. Ugh. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Sharon said you gotta hop up out the bed and turn your swag on. Facts. So Jody was talking about my language. You got to turn your language up. Get a little spicy with yourself. Get a little vulgar sometimes. Sometimes you need a little ratchetness in your life. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just because it feels taboo, right? Just because. Touch it. Touch a little bit of the dark. Don't stay there, but just touch it a little bit. Yeah. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you can't no, you can't miss it. That's the core. I can't miss my life. I can't get it wrong. I'm not running out of time. I can't be late. Like the world has you like nonstop, more stimulation, stimulation, stimulations. Coming back to self is having you take all of that, yeah, 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 noise, and then we slowing the sucker down. That's the different states, the brain states. All you're doing is slowing the brain activity, slowing it down, slowing it down. Soothing the self. We got it. We all right, baby. We safe. We abundant. We ain't got to worry about no money. Don't worry, I got you. You always taken care of. You'll never have to worry again. You don't even need protection, baby. There ain't no danger. You all right. Over and over and over. Have you done the right hemisphere meditation? I have. One of them. Oh, Will Donahue, shout out. We just listened to Bill for our Bible study on Wednesday, getting his perspective on Noah. So I've done the hemisphere meditations through Robert Monroe, the Monroe Institute, and the Gateway tapes. Um, I like them. I vibe with them. Sometimes I feel, you know what trusting yourself does. I just trust what I feel a vibe for. Sometimes I feel like sometimes it'll pop up on my feed. I open up YouTube, it'll pop up. I'm like, oh yeah, let me do one of these. I haven't gone through all of them. Like there's a sequence of starting. I think I started at the first one and kind of trickled through up until like the fourth one, but there are many. And then I kind of bounced around whatever I felt like. At one point I stopped because I felt like I was trying to make something happen. And whenever I catch myself doing that, I pull out of it altogether because I'm not trying to make anything happen. So lean into what makes sense to you. Lean into what resonates. The practices, I ain't trying to be funny. They don't mean jack shit if you can't get what you want. I'm gonna just tell you right now. You can have the practices down pat. You can do them as long as you look at the practices as the magic. As long as you look at the tools as the cause. As long as you look at the methods as the secret magical pill. You still keeping yourself separate. You still. I mean, do it again if you like it, if it feels good. But and I probably will. We're gonna go through that in the inner circle. We're gonna break down that gateway document and kind of show. See, some of the questions that you have, you can get an answer logically, right? Just using your good old mind to look things up and to study. Why you think the government knows all of, we're not talking woo-woo. You can call it woo-woo all you want. But why was the CIA commissioning studying altered states of consciousness. Why would it do that? You don't find that suspicious? Why would the CIA be commissioning rather, studies about parallel timelines? You don't find it? I thought it's nonsense. Let me see if I find. Let me see. Hold on. I might got it right here. Why would they do that? Some things you can answer. You can answer for yourself. You ain't gotta try to like get all deep. Just like, it's something else that's happening. There's some other information. There's some other things that are going on. And oh, I done moved it. Yeah, I moved it. I thought I had it with me. It's somebody knows something. Somebody telling you to stop doing something that they looking into. They telling you that is right, that is bad. They telling you that is woo woo. They telling you that is nonsense. They telling you that, oh no, it's pseudoscience. That's what they telling you. And all the while, they doing studies and then classifying the studies, no, classifying it for 20 years before they let you in on it. You better start asking some questions, friends. I wish I had that. I don't know what I did with that document. Uh, Not important either. Neither here nor there. But yeah, yeah. Somebody knows something. Somebody is looking into some things that they telling you that there ain't no need to look into. Somebody is curious how the mind works. They break all of this down. I wish I could find that document. And I give you just the first little piece of it. But it breaks down the different hemispheres of the mind. It breaks down again, how do you alter a state of consciousness? It talks about the world, the earth being a hologram. I thought that was make believe. I thought that was hokey pokey. Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Um there's this one, it goes, what's truth and what's right for me? That's truth for me. What should be for me? And you watch those thoughts in your mind. Yeah, I think I've heard that one. I think I've listened to that one. And you drag energy from pelvic to the top right, but your meditation method was better. Yeah, I do like those. I think those exercises are honing one, your ability to focus and to turn your eye inward, right? Really maintaining moving energy through your body. Like you can imagine like a light ball at the bottom of the base of your spine and imagine it moving up the spine. Or you can do this even with illness. This is a lot of energy healing is. It's just moving energy. And everything is consciousness. So it's all happening by way of mind, all by way of awareness. But I like that what it really does is helping you with focus and concentration and turning your eye inward. That's the biggest benefit. Beyond anything else, is somebody like, oh, once you do that, and then that'll help you get this or that. That's fine too. That's the icing on the cake. You never have to worry about getting anything. That's done. You already seen it. That's done. That's done. All the other things that we're doing is about you being knowledgeable of you, knowing thyself. There's nothing greater. Consciousness is a digital system. Yeah, you can frame it. I can go with that. Yeah, yeah. You can call it is many ways, right? A digital system. It is geometry. It is oh, you bet. No, I am. I am. I am. How do you alter digital systems and what does that mean to you? I like that. I like that angle. I like that perspective. Yeah, I like that perspective. There's many ways. It's just looking beyond. Like it's asking you to see what actually holds all of this together. That's where numerology comes in. It's not woo. It's all a system. It's all a reflection of the other. It's all a fractal. It's a piece of the whole. So of course there are going to be synchronicities. Of course it's going to all be connected. Of course, because it's all one. And then you keep going further back. The ancients referred to it as the netter. You get into sacred geometry and you see how behind form there are energetic eh, shapes. This is why you see different shapes when it comes to certain rituals, because you're speaking to that which is beyond the physical. Yeah, it's many ways. Hemisync. Yeah, yeah, that's what it's called. Hemisync helps your brain. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a good practice. I think it can be beneficial. It can be beneficial to anybody, not even trying to do anything other than incorporate a practice of I don't want to say still in the mind, but that sounds like work. Being in tune, being aware, just developing your self-aware awareness, developing your imagination. So when it gives you prompts and it's like, okay, you create, I forget what it's called. It's like some container or some box. You have to visualize that. Is that difficult for you to do? Good. Keep practicing it. Practicing it. Practice the box. The box, you open the box up. You put all of your worries in the box. You put pain in the box. You put doubt in the box, whatever. Close the box up. Now you're ready. And it's just this practice is symbolically releasing everything that's not you, putting you more into a receptive state. That's all. Yeah, more brain power, more strength. Yeah. Yeah, being able to be more aware. Yeah, that's the whole game of all this. It's awareness. And most people don't have a developed inner eye. So when you say imagine XYZ, it's like, I don't know how to imagine. You do know how to imagine. You're imagining all the time. You're not aware. You have to develop that. What's your daily meditation practice look like right now? Just morning, noon, and night. I just been that's just what my vibe is at the moment. Depends. Sometimes it's 10 minutes morning, sometimes it's 20, 30 minutes, sometimes it's an hour. Midday is usually like 10 minutes. I just like to pause the day and just to kind of be where I want to be, take myself where I want to take myself. And then before I go to bed, and then that varies. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's an hour. The where I'm at right now, I'm just turning everything up 10x. I don't want any part of me that feels like me dedicating time to myself is too much, then I give myself even more. Yeah, yeah. Cause I want to neutralize all of that. Any suggestion that pouring into myself is an inconvenience, that it don't take all of that, that is too much. Okay, well now you know what else you're gonna do? That's why I started back journaling. Like, you know what? Morning and night, let's go. Like I'm drunk. When I say drunk on me, you can't ask me when I get questions sometimes about how do you see this way? Your state of mind. You need to know what I do. I'm in the game. I'm not playing. Me and my state of mind is more important than anything else I do. So yes, I'm drunk on me. I'm sharp. I need to see myself in the highest light. I need to be aware of me. That's what's important to me. Some people say don't take all that. I don't care. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Then don't do it. You do whatever you want to do. That's for everybody. It's not about what what I'm saying. You don't take all that to manifest the life you want. That's if that's your approach. Number one is me knowing me more than I know anything else. Manifesting the life you want, ain't that's easy. That's just is. You've been manifesting the life you want your whole life. Sorry to tell you. Well, no, Root, actually, I ain't been getting what I want. Well, apparently, that's what you wanted. That's what you were dialed in on. You already good at that. You manifested toys during Christmas time. When your mama said she ain't had no money and you weren't gonna get it, you done manifested good grades when you flunked tests and you weren't doing well in school. You done manifested jobs when you weren't qualified. You've been manifesting your whole life. All life is a manifestation. Our interaction right now is a manifestation. So I need awareness in the body more. Then put your attention on it. Put your attention on it. Put your attention on it. Body awareness. Do a challenge. Join us. Join us for one of our plant-based challenges. Fast. You'll get some body awareness, all right. What if you broke the first law, do no harm? I hold no ill will to me. I'm never making me wrong. I can't break no laws. I ain't entertaining no thoughts that I can break no laws. I am the law. I ain't making me wrong. I ain't never chastising me. I ain't never judging me. I ain't never condemning me. Condemn not. Happy is the man who condemneth not that which he allowed. If I allowed it, then I'm not condemning myself for it. How do I allow it? Because I'm aware of it. I allow it in mind. Once I allow it in mind, boom, I was aware of whatever. I done did it, done. If I don't want to do it no more, I conclude I don't want to do it no more. If I conclude that I don't like it, then I don't choose it again. But I ain't condemning myself. I ain't telling myself I broke no law. Ain't no rules. Ain't no laws. Other than the law of me. The law of whatever I say it is. Hey Reba. Yeah, I'm on late. We about to clock out. Oh, look at the time. 1:11. Perfect. Perfect. We'll close it right there. I'm Brooke the Great, my friends. The baddest mother you never met. You understand? I'm the best. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. This world belongs to me. When I speak, they listen. When I show up, they pay attention. I gets what I want. Huh? I'm the most majestic, the most electrifying, the most breathtaking, huh? I make the whole world pay attention. When I step into the room, it tilts. I cannot lose no matter what. Everything I touch turns to gold. I gets what I want. It is whatever I say it is. Huh? That's who I am. Who are you? That's what you need to figure out. You need to be clear on who you are. And you need to say it with absolute conviction. Huh? Huh? Absolute conviction, bar for bar. You need to get in the mirror with yourself. The same questions you ask me, once we conclude, I need you to sit and ask yourself that. And then tell yourself, don't nobody know greater than me. Don't nobody know greater than me because I'm the authority. That's what you do. Bar for bar. You should be able to hit it. If your life was on the line and somebody said, tell me who you are right now, bar for bar, go 30 seconds. Let's go. What would you say? What would you say? Are you a waiter? Are you a person that's not sure? Are you a person that's always in a struggle? Are you broke? Did you grow up in a family that wasn't loving? What's your story? What do you say about you? And what do you say about the world that you live in? Because it is on you, friend. I don't, the fact that all I'm saying to you is to see yourself in the highest light. Some people have a problem with that. All I'm saying is never think against yourself. All I'm saying is to think only in your good, to tell yourself that everything work in your favor, even when you experiencing the opposite. Let life rip you apart if it must. So what? Take the L if you must. So what? Let it all come crashing down if it must. So what? But still know I'm the one. It don't mean anything. It don't change nothing. I will not be denied. I don't care how many times I have started and stopped that ain't got nothing to do with this moment right now. That is a story. I don't care how many times that I ain't had the help and the support and money has not been there and my whole life is just this and blah 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 blah. I don't care. I don't care. The moment that you decide that it's over, it's over. The moment you decide I've had enough, it's over. It's done. It's finished. The power is you. You the only one that you got to convince of that. Huh? Speak in your favor. Sing the song of you. Rewrite anything that's coming up that may be contrary to that. No, don't fight it because it has no power. Just choose different. Choose again. Not in my reality. Not anymore. That's not who I am. You know, you said you was going to do that before. You've been starting and stopping. So, I don't know. I don't even remember that. I don't know what you're talking about. All I know is right here, right now. All I know is right here, right now. All I know is right here and right now. It is whatever I say it is. You do not have to bang with people. We do not care what they are doing. We do not care what they are saying. You don't need nobody else support. Now you could just tell yourself that you always have support. I would still do that. In the midst of also not caring whether or not I got it. You see how that works? You do not need nobody else to change to be great. You do not need nobody else to do nothing to be all power. That's your default. All you gotta do is recognize it. Well, what if I haven't recognized it yet? Just tell yourself. You tell yourself this before you feel like you've recognized it. You just tell yourself over and over again. Well, how many times? What does it matter? What does it matter? Just over and over again. It's a song of you. Do you count how many breaths you take a day? Is it ever too much? Are you ever breathing in too many times? Is your heart beating too much? What does it matter? Sing the song of you till you can't sing it no more. Sing the song of you until it start playing on autopilot on its own. We always taken care of. We never have anything to worry about. We always have more than enough. Money is always flowing in. Huh? I never have any problems. Everybody always come with good intentions. Everything is always working in my favor. You just go on and on and on and on and on. And then once you get up to living, which I want you to do, keep living life, doing whatever you're doing. And let's just say you realize, dang, I kind of moved away from that. Then bring it back. Then bring yourself back again. Then bring yourself back again. Bring yourself back again. If you want to control your thoughts, you will. See, it ain't nothing too much for me. Thinking in my favor before I go to sleep is too much. Thinking in my favor as soon as I wake up is too much. That sounds like nonsense. It is. I got time to go to work. I got time to show up for other people. I got time to pour into other people. But I ain't got 10 minutes for myself. Nonsense. Nonsense. That's what it is. Absolute nonsense. Tell yourself whatever you want to be true, whether your eyes are witnessing that at the moment or not. That's it. And then, lastly, to answer the question, can you trust your heart? Oh, what I say, should you trust your heart? Yes. Yes. When everything else leaves, when everybody else leaves, when there's nothing standing but you all you got, baby. So if you don't trust you, I don't know who the hell you think is. Because sometimes the crashing down in life is bringing you to this one question: should I trust myself? Well, guess what? If you lose everything, you ain't got no other choice. That's why I welcome collapse. That's why I welcome the blow up sometimes. Huh? You is all you got. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. The doors of the church is closed. Trust yourself. You can't get it wrong. You ain't got to have it all figured out at this exact moment. Once I know that I can't get it wrong, I'm taken care of. I will never have to worry about my life again. Just tell yourself that I will never have to worry about my life again. I am locked in. I am secure. If I love on people and people mean something to me, add them in. I never have to worry about them and their life ever again. Can you rest with that? Can you sit with that? I take it all, I accept it. Do you know how many years? Do you know what it how many versions we got to before this one you see right here? You have no idea. You have no idea. I only had one thing. Relentless. Relentlessness. I had the will. I had the willingness. My spirit said, "Rook, it ain't but one way that you gonna get what you want." And I literally heard this. It ain't but one way. I said, "I just want to be my best, man. I don't even know what's going on in my life. I can't make sense of life." I said, "I just want to be my best mentally, physically, and spiritually. I'm tired." This was January 2014. I was like, "I'm just tired of like resolutions and then not meeting the resolutions and feeling like a loser, man. I'm just sick of it." My spirit said, "There's only one way you won't get what you want, and that's if you quit. That's if you quit." Hey, Kristen. That's if you quit. That's the only way that you won't get what you want is if you quit. So that's the only thing that I haven't done. I done been through hell and back, and then through hell and back again a few times. Only thing I did was I didn't quit. I have been uncertain, but I didn't quit. I have felt afraid, but I didn't quit. I have felt doubt, and I didn't quit. I have felt like a loser at times, but I didn't quit. I felt ashamed about certain things, embarrassed about certain things, huh? Guilty about certain things, resentful about certain things, but I did not quit. That's the distinguishing factor. So you can look at other people and tell yourself that they got something that you don't, and that'll be your problem. That'll be you operating from the carnal heart, the deceitful mind. Or you can look at anything that inspires you, anybody who inspires you, and says, "That is me." Because it takes one to know one. That's my good word, my friends. Let it marinate. Y'all have a good one. Peace.